Do 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 do. I got a little this happy little song. Hi Sharks, hi Carl. uh, Stupid headphones acting up again. This keeps happening. I might have to wait till I get new ones. Alright, let's fix my stream title so it actually shows the right game. There we go. How's that? Now we got it fixed, huh? Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Oh, you hate this next world. Uh-oh. Oh, great. Well, my brain's not warmed up, so that could be bad. Also, this morning was certainly something. So, I had my first day of school. Then I tried to get into my gaming PC to set up Twitch. Because usually what I do is I have my laptop, I play the game on the laptop, and then I have a gaming PC to watch it. But I found out that apparently a Microsoft update corrupted my gaming PC, so that sucks. I'm going to have to be doing a bunch of repairs and stuff, but... So, for now, I'm in windowed mode and reading chat on the side. We'll see how this works. Alright, let's do it. This purple world, this is the one you hate, eh? Huh, what was this world called, anyway? Oh, right, possess. Alright, I guess I'll see what, Oh, I got a feeling it was going to be something like that. You... I like how the eyes move. So this is the world, eh? Okay, so that still happens. The Steam page lied to you? Interesting, you'll have to explain. I see, so you don't like the music in this world. That's fair enough. Well, if only I could get... That's funny, if I chomp this guy, I don't think there's any getting him back. Love how he does that. Alright, I gotta get back into the groove of what I'm doing. So, this one's... That's not the only reason, though. Okay. So I guess the eyes always go... Yeah, the eyes basically indicate I have to be... The one I'm controlling has to go here. But it doesn't say which one that has to be. So ideally what I'd like to go is put this here and then swap control. Oh yeah, that's fine. Not like that, obviously. I'm gonna go like down. The Steam page lied. That's funny. You better remember this one, eh? Ah, there we go. That's what I want. Because I want to have this red thing near the center. Kind of like this, but not exactly. There we go. Yeah, this is gonna be weird. The music's already weird, huh? This doesn't seem so bad so far, but I guess I'll find out. So why do you hate this world, Shrugs? Is it because of some particular puzzles, or is it just the entire mechanic in general? Huh, I like the sound it makes. You can just go around and around. Alright, but I do have to get these guys out of here. I'm gonna get that last guy out. Okay, I can leave a guy there. That's promising. Ah, there we go. This world contains the first puzzle that you do not remember the solution to in the slightest. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see what you mean. Speedrun. Yeah, this game does seem kind of fun to speedrun, to optimize. Can you, like, super speed it? Like, what's the fastest you can go? Like, I could spam the button and go really fast. I wonder if there's some kind of thing like Baba where if you double tap, it'll, go flying. He'll go flying. I guess you know that, Shrug, since you speedrun this game. Alright, so what do I need to do here? Okay, so you can decrease it. Oh boy, so you do go flying around, huh? Alright, so what's the deal here? So obviously I can't do that because of the chomp. I guess I should control the red one. I need to control the red one while still being able to move this one around. Push this blocky dude over there. There's a separate setting for the entry animation. Oh, interesting. What if we can make it like instant? That might get slightly confusing, but it would be good for going fast, obviously. Huh. Okay, I need to get my box out of here. I've eaten a box. I've been naughty. I ate this box, but we need that box, so... Can I switch the other guy? Yeah, give me this box back. Oh, I can't control the box. That's a slight issue. Was that box always there? It was. Huh. Oh, okay, I have to chomp it, probably. I have to gnome the block. And the neat thing you could change is that if you press a key during an animation, you skip the animation. Oh, okay, so it gives you more control over it. Chomp. That's nice that the developers thought a lot about speedrunning. It's tough sometimes to design stuff with speedrunning in mind, right? Like, to avoid any tedious waiting parts, but I mean, you have to also make sure that the game experience works properly for the non-speedrunners, too. Probably just want to get this guy back, but how am I gonna get this out of here? How do I get this darn thing out of my mouth? If I can control the other guy, that'd be great if I could enter this. Maybe this wasn't the best spot to do this at. Probably should have left some downward space. Ah, but that's why I couldn't, because I need to eat this guy. No. Oh, right. I go inside, of course. Huh. Well, at least I left some space in the top and bottom. Ah, there we go. Yeah, this is so weird. It's messing with my intuition. I can essentially push things that are stuck against the wall by possessing them. It's going to have to take some getting used to, that's for sure. Hi, Stale Fishies. Thanks for coming in. How's your day been? Yeah, I recently started school. Today was the first day of classes. So basically we spent this morning learning about ray tracing and stuff like that because I'm taking a graphics course. And I don't remember a darn thing about how to do how ray tracing and all that actually works, besides the general idea of, ooh, shoot the rays out, reflective off of stuff. So hopefully I can figure it out again. It's been years since I touched ray tracing. But it'll be nice. Hopefully what I learn about graphics will help me with my game development that I want to do someday. Whenever that's going to happen. Yeah, anyways, how's your day been, Stuffishies? I need a thing there. So I guess it doesn't matter which one goes. They're kind of identical. I need one thing there. At the same time, something's here. I just noticed, yeah, the little thing is waving. Has that always been like that? Huh. Maybe that's like a sub-only one. Oh man, Redstone. Yeah, that's fun. I was so happy when they added command blocks because, like, whoa, hello computer. Yeah, I figured this is gonna happen now and then. Yeah, that was some lag. But yeah, I was so impressed when they added command blocks. I'm like, yeah, now we're gonna have awesome, like, because most of what I did in Minecraft was just play maps. But a lot of times you'd have convoluted redstone circuits that were cool, but it'd take like ages to actually calculate anything. Oh, she did replace it with a waving one. Oh, that's so cool. Good for her. Okay, so what's the deal with this puzzle now that I've screwed around enough? I think I just need to... I see. So the issue is I can't directly push anything into here. I can only possess my way in. So I probably want to be able to possess my way out of here, right? Yeah, like put that there and then possess my way out. Whoa, that was a cool animation. You continue playing the lockpicking game. Yeah, I should look at that. That's kind of funny. Probably one of the #1 items in all puzzle games, keys. Just this, it's just simple but effective. Key and lock, huh? Keys and locks have been around for so long in puzzle games, even back in the day when I played Chips Challenge. I don't know if anyone played that old game. Keys and locks. Yeah, I might add that lock picking game to the current list of planned stream games. I can possess the green, but why would I want to? I guess because so I can enter that. So I guess I just need to possess the green. Yoop. That's so funky. It's kind of reminding me of that shift mechanic, though. You just kind of have to create a wall to be able to go through. Yeah, how hard is the lockpicking game, Carl? Hard, easy, medium? What do you think? Huh. That's interesting. A whole game about locks and keys. Eventually you find the lockpick and then you're unstoppable, huh? I don't know if that's actually what happens. Is this at the corner? Yeah, it always started there. Okay. Out of hard, easy, easy, I'd definitely say hard. Ooh, fun. Well, that definitely makes me want to play it more. I do love me a challenge. Okay, so this is the issue here. But I mean, I can go in here and set up a thing like that. Oh, snap. I munched it. I did not mean to do that. This is not quite what I had in mind. Now, if I could actually, like, reverse this somehow, that'd be nice. No, I think I screwed up hard, eh? I wonder what's hard about it. I guess, is it kind of a block pushing game? Okay, so what do I need to do here? I can munch some blocks upwards. There we go, munch a couple of those. But I do also need to... Oh, it's a platformer! That's interesting. From what you've seen, it's basically the Baba Is You of math. Of math? Huh, a math game. I can handle math. I don't seem to be able to handle is this nonsense. These are the only two blocks I seem to be able to push into here. Although currently only the demo is available for free, the full game is in development. Oh, so it's not done yet. Interesting. Huh, that's some good info. Yeah, what am I supposed to do about this? I clearly need to control green, right? But I can't let that happen. Can I just, like... No, right. It needs to be a wall here. The quote-unquote demo that's basically the size of a full game. Oh, that's awesome. Man, so many good puzzle games coming out lately, huh? Okay, so how am I going to deal with this? Yeah, I keep saying this to myself. Maybe I should be putting this on the left instead, because I could definitely go like this. Ah, that's probably the ticket, huh? Set up a wall on the left side. Yoomp. Nice, that's cool. You're about halfway done, and how many hours have you played so far, Carl? Alright, challenge level. Was that last one a challenge level or just a regular? The last one was kind of hard. Okay, now I get a challenge level. Now I really gotta think. We have one block I can possess. I guess, yeah. Judging by the eyes, I literally have to possess that block. That's how the eyes work. So that'll like get me into myself, but that doesn't seem to be the case here. But of course, this is an empty room, isn't it? Yeah, so that's gonna happen. Probably use this top area, maybe? So I need to possess this, I'm gonna need to have a lot of blocks. And have a block there, a block there. Not there, actually. No, I think I just do this. The game says about 17 hours, but yeah, you'll leave it to go. So, okay, about 10 to 11 hours. Nice. Yum. Okay, this is all fine and dandy, but there we go. Glad I didn't get japed by that. Here I thought I'd lost. Nope. That's definitely a good trick to remember in block pushing puzzles. How to get through a 3-block wall. Just It's very simple, yet it can definitely throw you off. This is like, it sounds like aliens or something. I don't know what. It's like spooky. Okay, so we need to get control of the red to get rid of this block. To get control of the red, I need to have a bunch of blocks lined up somewhere, probably against this wall. This seems to be the shortest thing here. I wonder why all these are blue. Or all these have eyes on. Why they're blue? Who cares if they're blue? So what I meant by is the Bob I Math, I meant the same sense that Bob and Baloo be considered a programming game. Okay. So it used to be considered a math game, huh? I guess it's like counting and stuff like that. Like you use these keys to get those keys. I'm just guessing here as to what the game might be like. Okay, so yeah, if I have 3 lined up vertically, of course the issue is, okay, I can do that here. I was gonna say the issue is I don't want to trap this thing. Whoa, that's a big one. Uh-oh. That's a bit of a problem. Yeah, that's not gonna work, is it? Ooh, how to possess red. I guess it makes sense. Possession. Ooh, spooky. You're being possessed. I don't know. That's just, I'm just guessing here what the music's all about. Alright, what do you want from me, Mr. Red Block? You see, people say some of the puzzles are easier to solve with Python. That's kind of funny. I mean, you can write a solvers for a lot of these more abstract kind of games. Like, you could probably write a solver for this, though. I think the states would probably get out of control. Just solve it with Python. Yeah, I've been tempted to do that with some puzzle games. I'm like, well, if I write the solver, then technically I understand the game, so is it considered cheating? No, I usually try to avoid doing that. Unless I already beat the game. I have to get control of red somehow. Okay, if I line up all 5 in a row and then go down, that'll get control of red. So maybe I was on the right track. Red's just gotta get a little munchy. Guess I'll find out what I'm missing with these eyes later. The sound he makes. Alright. Nyom, nyom. Oh, that's what the eyes are there to do, to troll you. Ah, good to know. The eyes are going to troll me. Great. That's fine, I can handle that. That sound effect is pretty cool, though. Alright. No more trolling me, eyes. Alright, now I do have to get one of these out of here. Okay, so the issue here is that I can't push out, right? Which makes sense. Okay. I don't want to be cycling them like this. I'm guessing all 5's not going to work. This is rather interesting. I probably want to control one of these, right? I'm not exactly sure why, but I just get the feeling that I should control one of these guys. But I can't figure out how. That's an interesting puzzle. So I kind of feel like this was forced up to this point, so there must be something. Anything I can do. Yeah. So it keeps trying to spit stuff out the back. That's what I don't want to happen. Huh. Maybe this wasn't forced, because I literally see nothing to do at this point. Huh. How weird. Squishy, squish, squish, squishy, squish, squish. Yeah, I'll have to check out that game. I wonder if there's any other games people... Has any other games that you guys have been enjoying lately? Here, let's try the other ones for now while I think about that one. Okay, so we have an extra room now. Okay. That's new. How big is it? Decently big. wall for red. Like there, maybe? No, but that's not a wall because I can still enter. It's not going to be a wall, obviously. Yeah. Wonder why there's that one little corner just to mess with me. No, the little corner must be important. That's what I imagine. Oh man, once you start introducing loops into this, it's going to start becoming a mess. Ah, okay, that's why that little divot is there, I think. Because I'm supposed to use it as a wall? Yeah. Ooh. So trippy. No, don't eat that, please. Do not put that in your mouth. Oh boy, oh boy. It begins. So apparently this year there's going to be a game called Sokobond Express. I've heard about that, but I don't know. Well, I mean, based on the name, it's obviously going to be a block pushing game. What is Cosmic Express, anyways? Because I know what's I know a little bit about Sokobond. That'll be something. Okay, so we have the red room, which is pink thing, purple thing can go in and out of. Gotcha. So I'm just teleporting around, basically. Cosmic Express is a train game. Okay, well, I guess that makes sense. Where's my exit, anyways? Oh, it's inside this. So I need to get control of red. How am I going to do that? It's like Sokobon except a train game. Oh, by the Devil Monsters Expedition? That's neat. Okay, this should allow me to enter, right? No, I eat the block instead. So I'm going to make a wall that I can't eat. Yeah, that's always going to happen like that. I probably should have done it from the left instead. This one would have only required 3. Or maybe from the bottom? Hey, hi Forest Broke. Lurk. Hey, that's fine. Go ahead and lurk if you like. Chomping. Yeah. Already, yeah, that's because I've been away from the game for a bit, so I already forget what I was doing. Wonder what they want from me for this. Okay, it doesn't quite work. Oh, I probably should have put this in the center. I like how this dude looks like he has a big nose. Yep, we don't want to chomp the block this time. Okay, so this we chomp it. But that's fine because we have an extra block. And then I think we just need to get inside, right? Oops, not like that. I guess just push it against the wall. Oh, these cycles are so weird. There we go. I'll have to think more about that one. Okay, so let's go back to some easy ones. Huh. Sokobond. I'm trying to remember if I actually know what that is. I remember several people mentioning it. Obviously involves pushing blocks around, easy enough. Makes me wonder what a like a hexagonal or a triangular block pushing game would be like. That would be something. Wonder if anyone's done that before. Okay, so we have a lot of dudes here. I guess I just need to get these blocks out of the way. I mean, this guy can eat 2 of them. That guy only gets to eat 1, though. What's this green guy gonna do? Yeah, maybe I need to do is... Dude, what I'd like to do is somehow possess that... I wonder how that's gonna work. Can I possess the red one right now? Hexagonal Minesweeper. Yeah, I played a Hex Cells. That's basically Hexagonal Minesweeper. It's a good game. Syzygy. What a weird name of a game. Okay, let's try not to trap green dude this time. Here's what this is gonna do. Okay. Right, I guess that makes sense. I just chomped the block that red is chomping. I don't possess red because red's not a wall right now. Well, can I repeat that process? Not quite, I don't think. Oh, maybe I can. There we go. So purple ate red, which is now feeding green. Yep, that's this game's logic for you. Now what, though? Oh, and now it lets me control red. Yeah, I was wondering about that. Because it's filled up, of course. This is so weird. But it's cool. Oh, these new mechanics are just bending my brain right now. But I'm somehow getting through. Okay, so we have a... Oh, you think I overcomplicate it? Really? Well, I like my solution. It was cool. That's funny. Overcomplicated. Okay, so we can mirror pieces. Yeah, that was so weird. Maybe I was supposed to possess red earlier or something. Okay, so what's the point of this? If I possess something... Oh, man, I can possess this guy. And I guess with that, I can reflect pieces. So I can't push anything through here. And I can't push anything through here. There was a way to do it without any rooms chomping other rooms. Oh, okay, so... I guess, yeah, I could have had purple eat the blocks, and then feed those to green. And then probably done something else past that, huh? Which makes sense. Yeah, I didn't need to chomp red. Hey, it worked. Yeah. That makes sense. Huh, how am I going to do with this? This block down here is a bit of a bother. Oh, I guess it's just our exit. That's fine. I'm guessing that just doesn't move. Nom, nom. Eat those. I don't know which one to flip, though. Probably not both. Knowing game design, it's going to be flip exactly one of the pieces. So maybe I better decide that now. Oh, maybe you do flip both of the pieces, actually. That seems about right. Horizontal reflection on both would do it. Okay. And now I just need to get these out of here. Not sure where the best spot to do that is. Uh-oh. Let's say I should be putting them both in at once. Let's say I didn't do that. Then I think I would just win, right? So I could put those two out, use this as a blocker, and then just do that. Yeah, I think that's all I need to do. Just gotta be a bit more patient with it. Chomp. Now we want to retrieve that piece. Ta-da! Switch. Chomp. Flip. And retrieve that piece. Stick you in as a blocker. Go around. Man, I can really see how this could get mind-bending, combining all these mechanics. I guess we'll see what they do for the final world. There'll probably be something like that, huh? Where everything's being thrown at you. There's already some combinations of things, but like, most of it's just kind of... It's not really the main difficulty of the puzzle, if you know what I mean. Look at these little elbows. Oh, another reflection thing, eh? Last two worlds are fun, eh? By fun, I'm guessing high, or hard. High. Yeah, hi, Shock. This one, eh? This is a memorable one. I actually like this world so far. I don't really have too many complaints about it. But again, I was a little stuck on that one. How about the same difficulty as the rest of the game? Okay, cool. This one's very annoying. Alright, what's annoying about it? Let's see if I can figure it out. This one's the opposite of memorable, eh? Cannot remember the solution at all. Ah, gotcha. Okay, so this elbow here, this elbow pointing this way, I guess. I have 2 up elbows and 1 down, so I guess this one has to be like this. You have to go through there. And then I still have to... Oh, but I can't possess that right now. I guess what I could have done is, yeah, what could I have done there? Probably put the other down elbow there. Yeah, what am I going to do about that? Well, it wouldn't make sense. How would I have gotten up there otherwise? Huh. Doody 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 doody. So what exactly am I doing here? Trying to get a block here, but I can only walk myself in. So I guess this is going to be the last block. This is going to be the first block, probably. But what do I need to have up here? So how am I ever going to possess anything out of here? Yeah. Well, I know, yeah. I just don't even know what order to do things in right now. Because I want to get a block up here, and then I want to get out. Like, I want to possess out. But I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe that's not the solution. Maybe it's actually go through, push a block up, push a block right. Something like that, maybe. So I probably just need, maybe I just need to embed these in. So, like, just have this one embedded in that one, for example. Okay. I'll flip you a while. This is the way everything should be flipped, I'm pretty sure. Now I just need to get these oriented the right way. Possess you. Can I chomp this? Chomp this, please. No, don't go in. Yeah, see, that's the problem. He wants to go in. Well, I guess if it wasn't a wall there, it would do that. Ooh. Yeah, he wants to go in. I don't want that. Do. Unless I can possess out of here. Or, like, possess out of here. Maybe, actually. Not when I put this block. Not with this thing in the corner. Get out of here. It's facing the wrong way, but whatever. No, this isn't going to work, is it? Well, hey, that worked, kind of. Yeah, I just need to flip. Well, that doesn't even matter what this one is. It's going to be whatever it wants. Ugh, that was confusing. Why do you need to possess in this puzzle? I mean, it seemed like I needed to possess to be able to get, because I was trying to, how else would I get this elbow inside this one, right? Because any attempt I make to, like, chomp, right, it's just going to enter, because these two are always going to be aligned. What, there's an easier way to do it? I mean, these two are always going to be aligned, right? So I don't see how else to get that in. I'll just push it in, maybe? Yeah, I can just push it in, probably, can't I? Like this? Yeah, that's a little bit simpler, huh? Well, I mean, that's stuck, but I guess that's the general gist of it. Yeah, how do I actually get this thing out now? I don't know. Yeah, whatever. I solved it. I solved it my own way. Overcomplicating? I mean, you have not seen my Baba playthroughs. I overcomplicate like half the puzzles, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't know if you need to possess or not, but yeah. Like, that would work if I could actually get that piece back out, I guess. But the possessing was a convenient way to get back out of it. Okay, what do I want to do next? How about this puzzle? Oh boy, what am I looking at? I'm looking at a 2-block room that has this room in it. And you could pause on the map to see level numbers. Oh, that's cool. If you like want to get which levels need what. So I need to move this thing around. I guess that's the idea. I need to move this green piece at the proper location. So I guess I need all these blue things lined up, probably. am I gonna do that? I'm just getting it farther apart. Can you get this one down here? Restart. Was it always like that? No. Okay, so don't screw it up. Oh, it was. Because this is down there. That's why. This little piece is down there. But I could just push it up then. Okay. Possess my way through. Wow, that's really zoop. Look at that zoom level. But now I need to get the rest in. So that's a slight issue. Possess green now, maybe? Wait, what? So it's like these can only walk in. So how am I getting the rest in then? Do not know. It seems so simple, but it probably is, honestly. Yeah, I can just do this. I can go up and down. So possessing blue right now does not seem like it would be too much of a help. Yeah, like theoretically I could do that. What good that does? Not much probably. But it's trippy. So it's like the zoom and possess thing. Alright, how do I get these darn blocks in here? It's like I want to... There's only one space for one block on the outside. I can't go there, I can't go there, and I can't go there. Huh. Don't know if I'm the only one struggling with this one. It doesn't seem hard, but I guess it was on the challenge levels for a reason. Okay, if I had a blue block to my right now, I could chomp it. Yeah, this is an interesting one. It really wasn't as easy as I first looked, but I think I actually know what to do now. I think the idea is actually to leave a blue out there, and now I can chomp the blue like that. Cool. Okay, so that's what I'm supposed to be doing. That's pretty neat. You don't remember solutions to any of these? How long has it been since you played this game, Shock? Yeah, we need to leave the blue there. A while. Don't exactly remember, huh? That was one of the first games you streamed? Oh, that's cool. Okay, I need to get it centered. Ooh, okay. Oh, you're doing the work. That's funny. Wait, don't you speedrun this game? But I guess as you said, you don't remember the solutions. Like, aren't they recorded somewhere? Like, hasn't somebody recorded the optimal solutions? Or are there just not that many people that run this game? Okay, so what's the dealio here? I have a lot of blocks I need to rearrange. Okay, yeah, they're going to cycle with each other. Is these all just going to cycle like that? I guess. Okay, I'm not sure what the point of this thing is. But I mean, yeah, that's just gonna... I can't really go out this way. Not yet, at least. That just cycles there. Yeah. Oh, I see. You just don't want to bother memorizing some of them. Yeah, memorizing can be a pain. That's annoying. That's the one that can be one of the annoying things about speedrunning. Probably why I like doing the randomizer. A little less memorization involved. Okay, so what's the point of controlling this guy? Oh, I guess he's the guy that's going to go in at the end. That's why I know speedrun. Yeah, the memorization can be really tedious. So it's probably just like a sliding puzzle, right? Okay, but you do, I guess, yeah, sometimes, I guess you like that kind of memorization, how, like, trying to learn a battle or whatever it is, or a level. Taking on a thumper no-hit, yeah. For Bobby, you remember the solution, basically all the puzzles right when you solved them, eh? Yeah, true. It's less execution. Like that one level with the, you have to stack like a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I don't know if I could repeat that one very easily. Okay, so here's the challenge. That entrance, where the heck is that going to go? Oh, hey, Forrest. You had to go for a bit. Have you played this game before? What am I missing here? If I have this, is that going to do anything helpful? Or is it just going to trap me? Well, I could get a block through. No, it was about the opposite. Yeah, this is a cool game. Well, you could probably see the general idea, right? I need to get to that little thing inside that green room up top. Yeah, so these are the things where the rooms are blocks. The blocks are rooms. It's Patrick's Parabox, a very cool puzzle game. Yeah, honestly, like I was thinking like maybe I wasn't gonna enjoy it that much because of some comments I heard, but no, it actually. Oh, that's why this extra block is here. But yeah, what was I gonna say? I totally forget now. Pfft. But yeah, like hey, I've been impressed with this. It's a cool puzzle game. Buy headphones. I mean, my stupid headphones kept dying. Hopefully you'll get them back. But yeah, so check this out, Forrest. Yeah, so I can go in this room right here. So I had to arrange it so I could actually get through. Uh-oh. Yeah, that could be a problem, but can't it? The fact that it wants to push instead of going into the room. So there's a few different mechanics this game has, but yeah, this is the general idea of it. But now what? Okay, so I think what I needed to do is actually set this curly thing up here so that I can have this wall blocking it. Whoops. Alright, rewind. Rewind, 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 rewind. It's just like, superpowers. It really wants me to set it up there. And then I just can't go in. It wants me to set it up one space above that, maybe. Eventually I'll figure out the way it's supposed to go. It's like a very specific spot this has to go, and I just need to figure out what that is. Okay, is there any reason why this won't work? Not that I can see. I got a wall there, I've got a wall to the left, and I've got a wall down. Yeah. What a mind-blowing game, huh? It's really cool, though. I'm doing the harder levels, so I'm pretty far into the game. But yeah, this game is a real, yeah, it's a real brain breaker. But I mean, that's the kind of thing I came for. That's what I signed up for. What the heck? What's even going down here? Look at this mess. It's hard. How do we even explain what's happening here? So I'm pushing these, but I am the room that I'm in right now. So I push. What's happening? What's happening exactly? I'm pushing these to the left, so they're popping out of me on the right side because it's a reflected room. So anything I push in is going to pop out the opposite side of me. Well, that's weird. Yeah, sometimes I even barely understand what's happening in this game, but it's still fun. Okay, so I can possess that guy. Yeah, anything with the eyes I can possess like this. And then I need to get these other pieces lined up. Yeah, Forrest, I totally recommend this game if you love mind-bending games. Oh boy. See, look at another aspect of this. Is the rooms are flipping when they're going through me. So not only do I have to get the rooms in the right arrangement, they also have to be in the right mirroring configuration. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, this piece to the left of me probably needs to go under the exit. But it's backwards, so let's flip it. Okay. And like maybe get this out of the way or something? Now what? Now I guess I probably need to position this at its right spot. I suppose if someone didn't understand, yeah, maybe. Yeah, that could be a tricky part of puzzle game streaming. But hey, if the game looks cool, hopefully at least I gave you something new to try. Or if not, if you just want to see the mind-bendiness, then feel free to do that too. Okay, so this zigzag piece is next, but it's backwards. Okay, that's perfect. But now I want the zigzag to be next to the other thing. How do I make that happen? I'm starting to realize that I think this piece needed to be mirrored. Yeah, because... Oh, right, it mirrors going through here. Okay. So is this fine then? That obviously doesn't line up, so no. I don't think so. Okay, let's give it another round around. Yeah, you go there. Oh, that's interesting. I can't actually flip it without using this cycle thing down here. have to use this thing down here to like mirror the pieces because they just end up on the opposite side. Okay, is that gonna work now? There we go. Finally got 2 of the pieces lined up. Jeez. Did I? No, they're backwards horizontal. Okay, so that. But flip them and probably exchange their positions. Sometimes you just gotta do things one step at a time. A big puzzle, you just gotta break down the smaller steps. It's no big deal. Perfect. 2 of the 3 pieces lined up. Now I just gotta get this last one. Which I think should be easier because I can just let it sit here. There we go. Beautiful. Look at that. Wow, what a cool puzzle. I love that one. Just lining it up. I mean, some of these puzzles, the concept's easy. It's just more executing it. Alright, what do you got for me this time, game? 1 square rooms. Okay. Slide puzzles? Yeah, let me see. What's the deal? What's the dealio here? Oh, side puzzles, not slide puzzles. Well, I mean, it does kind of look like a slide puzzle. Okay, so yeah, I have to be very careful not to push one of the pink rooms in the other pink room. Or that's exactly what I want to do, actually, probably. Just nest all these. Okay, so there's a bit of an issue with this. Is how am I going to... Once they're in the corner, how do I ever get them out? It's like I do want to nest these. Wait, there's no possessing here. It's just literally just this. Okay, so the green one is... What? It's just this. Every single thing has to have a thing in it. What? How can you make so much with 1x1 boxes? Apparently you can. Oh, right. Y'all can go through these. Duh. Alright, yeah. Nest them all together. Yeah, if you're still here, Forrest, every little square has to have a block on it. But of course, I'm just stacking all these. The eyes have to be me. Soko. Okay. Oh, right, it's one of those clone boxes. Okay, so what's the deal with this? I don't think I want to go through there. No, I'm kind of trapped if I do that. That's funny. How do you do that with just that mechanic? Well, you find a way, huh? Now I have 2 more edges to cover. Just this? Your brain is just like 15 minutes behind. Yep. Yeah, we see the bind bendiness. But yeah, every single one of those little blinking squares has to have a thing on it. Okay, what the heck just happened here? Yeah, look at these, like, light colored glowing rooms. Whenever you see those are, Wait, what just happened? I don't even know what happened now. But yeah, normally those are like extra copies of the room. Okay, so I am at 1 block room. I ate that piece. And then what? What the heck? What is this? I feel like I had it lined up perfectly before. No, it's all backwards. What is going on? Is this mirroring? I can't even tell what's happening. Okay, it's definitely reflecting as it's going through. Okay, now my brain is fried. Look at this nonsense. What, this... Okay, that's definitely not reflecting then. It's just the piece. Okay, when I need to steal this piece, I need to steal this zigzag. Give me that zigzag. That needs to go there. Can I just do this? Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is hilarious. This is why I love mind-bending games, just laughing at what the developer can come up with. Just to mess with you. Yeah, what kind of games do you like, Forrest? I don't know if I've seen you before. Do you like puzzle games, adventure games, RPGs? Maybe you can suggest some games for me to check out at some point. This stupid green thing is stuck. Has it always been like that? Yeah, I guess we're chomping it then. Okay, so control red. Oh boy. Red is 1 block. Okay, so you eat a block and then I can control you. And now you exchange for that one. This purple one doesn't really matter anymore. It's just a regular old block. Oh, right. I can eat things now. How am I going to get block up there? It's like I need to be this thing. Yeah, I need to eat this. I need to exchange for this one. Which I can do now that I've... No. No, no, no. I was wrong. Spit that back out, please. Oh, but there's a darn... If I had a block here, I could get that. Yeah. Yeah, how many games can you actually eat in, huh? I don't know. Those games don't really deal with a lot of those things. They just kind of hand wave it away. I also think it's funny in games where, like, the characters will wear the same clothes for the entire thing. Like, they just have one pair of clothes and they never change. This is another one of those weird day-to-day things that games never bother with. Yeah, cubes gotta eat. These cubes are hungry fellows. What am I trying to do? I don't even know. Well, I know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to eat this stupid thing. Maybe I can put a blue in here and then eat it? Ah. Or just eat the blue and then spit it back out. Oh, right. Ooh, Arma, okay. You love to witness but hate it at the same time? I think it's most players' experience of the game, to be honest. You prefer minimalism? Yeah, a lot of people have different preference. Driving sims. Yeah, like... I don't know. I don't usually play a lot of FPSs, but I've been trying to get into Doom because my roommate plays it. And Doom 2016 is pretty fun. But yeah, I haven't really played a lot of Call of Duty and stuff. Even though I had a PS2 at the time, but I mean, I was a kid and my mom wouldn't have bought me M-rated games anyways. And I didn't have my own money to buy games. And then when I did, I didn't have the consoles anymore. So I'm like, screw it, PC gaming. I guess on PC there's like Counter-Strike and stuff like that. What do I want to do? I still need to eat this thing. Why did I decide I need to do that? Because that seems to be the only way to get a blue block at the top, right? Or am I just being dumb? How would I ever get something up here? Oh, right, okay, that's how. Spit it out sideways. Okay, so I was just overcomplicating it, getting distracted. That's fine. Okay, but the issue is, I still need to get that top one. This 1 block guy is so weird. So maybe I wanted to get this, eat this block, and then I just need to get back out somehow. So how would I ever get back out of here? What's the point of this purple thing anyways? It doesn't seem to do anything. It's just a purple block. I guess you can possess it. That's the one thing you can do with it. Well, that's something, I guess. The other blocks you can't possess, but you can get this one. Yeah, alternate level sets. Yeah, it could be a fun stream idea, huh? Parabox level packs. So what in the heck is going on? How am I ever supposed to get out of here after getting through this? Even if I possess, I'm just going to be inside the green. I can eat the green, right? No, because it enters. Now, what if there was a block there? Would that have eaten it then? Yeah, he would have chomped it. He would have numbed it. The custom levels of this game are insane. Yeah, insane. I know what you meant. That's why you want to play on. Yep. Insane puzzles. Who can resist? Okay, so what happened here? Alright. So why... Wait a second. So with this block, I spit it back out. What is happening? But with this top block, I don't. Oh, because there's nothing behind me. There's nowhere to spit to. That's why. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna like hard puzzles. I'm gonna take a break from this one. I mean, let's be honest, it's probably not that hard. I'm just getting distracted. Could look at this one again. Nah, you know what? New mechanics. Let's go to the next world. Wall, okay. There's a lot of bugs. Yeah, this is a mechanic now. Bugs? Yeah, I was wondering. I feel like it'd be hard to not bug the game out somehow. Hey, look at me. I'm a wall. I'm a wall. I'm a wall. I'm a wally wall. I can't be pushed, though. That's a slight issue, isn't it? And now the music gets all relaxing again. Why is this not right? That doesn't count? Huh, yeah, well, you think it doesn't seem like a hard mechanic. So why does that not count? Being a wall doesn't count? Yeah. Okay, I just need to do a bunch of swapping around. Yeah, this time it actually is calm and soothing. This is feeling somewhat Baba-ish to me. Like, wall is stop, and now you're moving the wall around. Oh, the challenge puzzles. Uh-oh. It's like, reminds me of wall is stop. I can't push the wall, I can only control it. Oh, this is a cool extension of the rules. But it's weird, being a wall doesn't count for actually stepping in there. What? Why? What am I missing here? Is there a... Yeah, there is a thing under that. Of course there is. What a troll. Oh, that's cool. You can hear inspiration for the Possessed music. Neat. Okay, so now I think I need to intentionally move the wall at a good spot. Yeah. I need to intentionally move the wall at a spot that I want. Yeah, when you could change the shape of the room, I could see how this could get complicated. Well, I mean, I can kind of scoot the walls like this. Yeah, which can make it harder. Maybe I should get it from the top. Yeah. Oh, no, I can't. Okay. So they specifically made it so I can't do it from the top. Okay, so rather from the left. Do, 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 do. Yeah, from the left side. No. Can't do that either because I can't enter. I mean, I can go in like this, but that doesn't put a... So the wall doesn't count as a block. That's what I'm getting here. You can control it, but it doesn't actually count as a block for anything. Like a wall here, maybe? Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, if this wall was one space to the left, that would have been fine. I just need a wall here. That's all I need, right? Yeah. Don't need to overcomplicate it. I just need a wall there. Ah, so relaxing. Look at this little dude. It's a squish, 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 squish. I like how he kind of joins to everything as you go around. I haven't seen a sad trick in a while. I wonder when all that stuff's gonna return. Okay, so what am I missing here? So I need something here, and I need to be inside. So it doesn't matter what it is, right? But that block can't, as far as I can tell, get off the side of the wall. So what's the point of the block, I wonder? What's the point of this darn block? This is the one of the two worlds, the other being swapped, but the number of parts required to move on is different than the number of non-challenge, non-side puzzles. Oh, so you have to beat one of the side or challenge puzzles to progress? Or is it just you have to beat fewer? Like they don't all the non ones you don't actually have to do. Yeah, this stupid block. Yeah, definitely nothing's different. Surely nothing's different. Except the fact that I need to possess this thing. Except that I need to possess this guy with us standing here. Do, 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 do. Or possess it with this guy standing here. Dum, 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 dum. Trying to get this stupid block out of here. You only need to solve one puzzle and swap? That's funny. So, unless I'm going crazy, it seems like this block can't get out of here, right? I think that block cannot get out of there. I want this stupid block. Swap was tiny, yeah. Do, do, do. So why this? Yeah, it isn't that. I mean, I get a couple puzzles where I don't immediately see the solution. A puzzle or two like that. Look what this block is asking me to do. Well, probably not put it on top of the goal. That'd be bad. Oh, there we go. There. I don't know why that was hard for me. See? So just line those up. I guess the thing I didn't think about is using this green block as an extra block, basically. Which, I mean, yeah, that wasn't really that hard to figure out, was it? See, that should have been easy. That'll happen sometimes. Whoa. I could change color. That's cool. It looks so weird. Just like a snake or something. It's like a snake head poking out. Did I think about doing one higher for a little? I don't know. Roger Lewis lowered by one? Yeah, maybe. Maybe I had stumbled on the solution. I just didn't think about using that green thing as an extra block, which... Yeah. Huh. What's my goal here exactly? It's to get this red thing onto that space. But of course, he'll be trying to possess it, so that isn't helpful. I move these walls. I kind of like scoop these walls around like this. What I want to do is like possess out of that, right? Yeah. Yep. Just doing it. Yeah, sometimes it's just positioning that becomes a problem. How am I going to actually possess this guy down here? So I have to not enter. So I feel like I want a blocker. Yeah, I wonder how that's going to work. If there's a possessed thing with a possessed thing inside of it, I assume it just does the outmost one. Oh, it just... Okay, it does the innermost one. Well, I guess I should have realized that. I guess I should have figured that. I figured as much. Ah, but if there was a block there, it wouldn't do that. Not quite like that, but it's something. See, I want a wall here, but how am I gonna actually... I guess I need to move both walls inside. This is actually kind of neat. Tricky use of the walls. Yeah, there we go. So always possess the endmost one, which I guess makes sense. It's like recursively possessing. Yeah, that was an interesting one. I like that puzzle. Alright. This little guy is just watching me. I don't know. Why are you guys staring at me like that? It's making me feel awkward. And why is this level shaped like a key? Yeah, why is this shaped like a key? I was wondering the same thing. How big are these rooms? 3x3 and another 3x3. Okay. Why the 3x3s? Okay, I mean, that's probably how I need to end, right? So, okay, so that's the problem we have. We need to stop it from going in. Yeah, so if I just had a stopper there on the top of this. Like there, I guess. And then we need a stopper at the bottom so it doesn't chomp from the other side. I was wondering what the other wall was for. Let's get us both in here. If I can. Where'd I need it? Yeah, these are cute, huh? These little guys moving. The challenge puzzles apparently are rough, huh? This isn't even a main puzzle. This is a challenge one, isn't it? I thought so. Ta-da! Yeah, that was a challenge puzzle. How about this one? Challenge. It wasn't really that challenging to me. Okay, so I need to get this guy out, right? So probably be offset in this blue thing. Yeah, that'll do it, right? Like be offset here. Or that could happen, I guess. Yeah. But okay, I really don't think I want the blue thing stuck though, do I? Or maybe it doesn't matter. No, because yeah, this has to be that. No, I can't get the blue thing stuck. Yeah, I figured as much. Okay, let's get the other wall to help me. Can I, like, move this guy above here? That would be helpful, I think. This changing thing is not too terribly difficult. I want to be, like, offset, yeah. No. Not really. Okay, maybe that's not the way you're supposed to do it. Or I guess maybe I do want to be centered. Kind of like here. Maybe the opposite. So that should, yeah, I should at least be able to enter. I can possess, exit. Win. Okay, that's all I was supposed to do. Wonder how close I'm getting. This game's certainly been a journey. Outer space. Okay, so do not leave. You can enter. Okay, that's how we end. I wonder what the deal is with these. Yeah, you really never tell. It just how deep does the rabbit hole go, huh? You just go down, 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 farther and farther and farther. Okay, so what's the dealio? Whoa, that's funny. Look at me. Okay, but what am I supposed to put in there? So I need to, like, nest these? Excuse me. I could probably chomp that clone, huh? So that's probably the first thing I need to do is chomp the clone. Oh, I wonder if it doesn't matter what order I even put these in. Chomp. Uh-oh. You're off by 1? Wow. I was thinking like 20. Guess I'll find out. Okay, so how am I ever going to resolve this issue now? What? Why is everyone going how? Did I actually guess correctly? What am I supposed to do with... Oh, maybe I just chomp both of these, honestly. I just need to chomp both. I don't nest them. I just shrug guessed correctly, huh? Ta-da! Beautiful. I don't even know what world number I'm on, to be honest. Okay, nice. I actually opened a wall. I opened an exit. This is chill. Yeah, I think I might beat the game this time. Alright, what am I missing here? We need this blue needs to come out. And you need to go in. How am I supposed to possess... Yeah, how do I possess red, but this being here? It's like one wall now, so it's not particularly helpful. What setup do I need? One way or the other. Oh, 15 is the current world number. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I appreciate not spooling it. So you're never going to leave this left side, are you? That I could tell. This room is pretty stuck on that side. So you're going there. Green has to go here. And red has to go in green. I guess that really is the only way. Which means I need to be able to possess red. Somehow. Yeah, I need to be able to possess red. Do I need to possess red and then enter green? That's what it feels like. I don't think there's any way I can get red in ahead of time. Because the wall is going to be in the wrong spot. Oh, I guess the wall doesn't have to be anywhere in particular. The wall, I guess, can be wherever it wants. I can put that in there ahead of time, I guess. What I can't do is actually still enter. So we're back to this problem of I can't get in. I can't get in this green room. With it positioned here. Because like the only way that's going to happen is if this is standing here. I'm missing something clearly. There's no other walls I can control. You darn wall. I don't want that open. Yeah, is there any way to get around that? Green has to be here. It's like I have to go in one way or another. Not seen that yet. Let's try a different one. Okay, we go back to two walls. I seem to be able to do well with two walls. It's only one wall, though. For some reason, I have issues. Alright, what do you want from me, game? 15. Dang, 15? Feels like I was farther than that. I guess not. I guess that is a lot of worlds. Okay, so there's these things here. What is going on these blocks? I can push out, right? Kind of. I need to push this through the clone. That'll center it. Basically, just decide where, yeah. I mean, it's chat delay, so I get very confused. I basically just get to decide where stuff goes. Just like, you're going to go there. I can just decide where a wall goes, where do I want a wall, and that's where I put the wall. Ta-da! This little dude's just hopping around left and right. Going wherever he pleases. Oh, okay, one more level. Okay, we have the room itself. So one of these has to go here. That's going to be an open void, yeah. Figures as much. So, like, I want to be able to possess that guy there. Gotta chain these, and I can't see a way. What am I even doing? I forget. I forget what my goal was here exactly. I think it was just to get the wall at a specific spot. Yeah, what was I doing? I totally forget. Okay. So if I want to get that here, the problem is I need to be able to, yeah, I want the wall like here or something. If I want to have control of this guy and I want the wall at a good spot, like somewhere where I can. Yeah. Yeah, as I said, due to chat delay, I get confused, yeah, as to what's an answer to what. So ideally I'd want to... I guess I really need a wall here, either here or here, right? Yeah. So like I'd want a wall on the side. How am I actually going to achieve that? It's like one off. Yeah, I just asked. It's all good. See, that's not going to work because of the chomp. It'll work if it was against the wall? Well, this is slightly trippy. Now I'm at a cycle. Whee! Round and around. Which it doesn't actually give me what I need. Man, these ones with one walls are giving me problems. Yeah, let's take a look at a different one. Ah, I haven't seen these ones in a while. ASCII time. Are those columns supposed to be an eyeball? Those are like the eyeballs. This is slightly confusing. Don't remember which one. I think the equals is the one I'm supposed to be standing on. I guess I'm controlling a wall right now. Yeah, I entered that. I can't tell which walls are possessible and which ones aren't. I guess there aren't any. This is so weird. Okay, I took control of 2. 2 is rescued. 3 is rescued. I need something there, and I need to enter 3. Go there, enter 3. No. Oh, right. The wall doesn't count as a block. Huh? Yeah, the wall doesn't count as a block. Yeah, maybe just be forgetting the basic game mechanics now. It's like I almost want 3 and 3. Or maybe I actually want 2 and 3. Yeah, maybe that's what I want. There we go, 2 and 3. And now I just need to control 2, but I don't know how to do that yet. This is so confusing. I guess that's the point. Maybe I want to do it here? Ah, no. What am I doing? How am I gonna... I would have to walk in 2 myself. That's the problem. I push 2 in. No, I need to be 2 and then walk inside 3. So I think I'm getting close. I want 3 to go there. And then I need to B2 at a spot where I can actually... Yeah, where I can walk into 3. I can't do it there, though. So I need, like, vertical, right? This is just getting... I'm just going around in circles. This just sounds so nice. Yeah, like I want to... let me in. It will not let me in. Once again, stumped by the 1 walls. How do I possess here? Not like that. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'll keep the eye out for a bit. I'm gonna take a biology break, so I'll be right back. Alright, back in business. Let's see if I can actually beat this game today. Alright, let's do it. Why was I stuck on this level again? Oh, right, this one. Yeah, I remember taking a break on that one. Yeah, there's definitely a few here that have given me a bit of trouble. But let's see what else we have in store. I'm going to check out some of these new worlds. Then maybe I'll go back near the end and try to solve some of these others I was stuck on. The Infinite Exit. Ooh, the music. Okay, so what's the deal with this? Oh, infinity. Right, I was wondering when this would come up. Yeah, like, actually, infinity has becomes an intended part of the puzzle. So that's cool. Yeah, it definitely seems like it. Okay, so what am I doing? I could push blocks through. This world's the best one, eh? I need infinity and then just get rid of these blocks. Just chuck them out. Chuck them out to infinity. And beyond. Okay, we have the cycle. This is the end of your favorites. Ah, cool. I got a lot of good puzzles to play. That'll be neat. Nice. Okay, I don't want to... I can just put 3 out, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. There's not quite enough space for that. That's neat. Just push these all out into the paradox zone. Oh, it worked that time. I don't know what I did differently. Ta-da! Into the great beyond. Okay, so I probably want a specific order these. Wait, what? Why is that cycling already? It's like I need to push this out first. Ah, okay. Can I somehow get these in a different order? Push! Why is it not eating those? As I'm against a wall right now, that's why. Huh, I gotta see this. So... yeah, it won't let me back in once it's infinitied, will it? It gets infinitied. Can't go in there. Well, I can't go in anyway because it's off center. Infinitied. So I wonder why it's going down there. I guess it's because that's... I'm like positioned below it. Yeah. And then what's happening here is that I'm pushing them out the top of this part. Oh, it got yellowed. Yeah, this block got yellowed. I wonder why. Press 7, huh? Yeah, maybe it'll help me, huh? Oh, yeah, I guess it's true. You can't really see without that, huh? And I can't really see clearly what's going on. It's getting yellowed there. Wonder why. Like, so pushing a room? Maybe pushing a room out of the... So pushing a block didn't seem to, but it gets yellowed as soon as it... Yeah, you can get this view with 7. How are you supposed to find that? Yeah, I think it's like... in the controls or something? Yeah, it's not like the game really tells you, does it? So it immediately gets yellowed. It's not good because that seems to prevent me from actually... It can't eat any more blocks. Because it's like a impassable barrier. Yeah, it's getting yellowed. Oh, okay, so it did go up. It's just I'm in the center room, right? Okay, so it didn't go out the bottom. It just... I mean, there's only so many things I can do. I definitely don't want to exit, right? Okay. Pushing this here. Yeah, I have nowhere to push out to. Oh, I see. I ate one there. So if I push this against the wall, there's no exit, so this will eat the blocks. Now I push it out to space and go in. Whoa, okay, that's what happens if you push 7 on that screen. Okay, let's try without 7 and see what it looked like. Right, you just set up a wall here, crunch, or chomp it, and then just push him out to space. Yeah, I don't know where the game tells you that, if anywhere. Oh goodness, infinity'd. Really, you're already gonna infinity me, eh? Yeah, it won't exit the infinity room either. It's like paradoxed. What's this thing do? It's not like doing anything. What? Oh, the infinity room is in this? Oh my goodness. The paradox room is in the room itself. My mind is going to explode. What the heck? Okay, if I had to set that up, eh? Well, I guess we'll see with this one. It's interesting. So, causing that contradiction pops it out of the infinity block, which happens to be located here. Yeah, what? The infinity block is in the puzzle now. And I can even push the infinity block around. Yes. The true infinity gauntlet. This thing. This block. Yeah, but of course you're going to probably run out of stuff with the void boundary pretty quick, huh? Push infinity out to infinity. Oh, great. I mean, it probably just goes out into the void then. Okay, so right now the issue is that I can't actually get in here to cause a paradox without... Oh, I can exit the top, though. Should go back and try it, eh? You want me to try it? Well, maybe I could try it with this puzzle. If I can get this infinity block out of here. Alright, I need to paradox off the top edge this time. Whee! That's funny. Yeah, there we go. It just goes out into the void as if to double infinity. A paradox with the paradox. That's hilarious. Double infinity. Yeah, I figured it was just going to go out into space, but I guess now it's in paradox to paradox. That's hilarious. I don't know if that's going to be particularly useful. That's funny. I guess we'll see what this game's got left in store for me. Paradox U. Send it through. Send that version through and go. So I wonder if that would have been useful otherwise without this infinity block being in the puzzle. It doesn't really seem like there's a way to get the infinity block back in once it's out, though. It just locks the room. Alright. Infinity edge out of there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's a bit of an issue. What do you want from me this time? Yeah, I can get to that point. This just gets me here or here. Let's restart. So maybe I'll use this version. That obviously goes there. It's not like I can really find a good way to test this. It's not gonna make much of a difference either. You. Push you in you. I can push it out, that's about it. Huh. Know why I'm running out of actions. Yeah, like, seems like a stuck state to me. I think I'm stuck. Yeah, and then I get stuck there. I wonder what this clone is for. I don't know why I'm having trouble with this one. Was this even a challenge puzzle? Yeah, it's not really contradicting. But what is it actually showing up there? Just empty space? Oh wow, yeah, that exits the infinity. So that is a paradox space up there. I guess it makes sense. It's just a top edge against a top edge, so it's just paradox space all around. Listen to the pretty music. I can also push it in for what that's worth. I can't exit that clone. I can only exit there. So what's the point? Ugh. I'm in trouble with this one. I just can't seem to figure out what this cloney thing is supposed to be used for. I could paradox space across any of this. It's kind of weird what it looks like. I'm trying to see what I'm even seeing on the right side. The weird animation with its like transition. Why am I not seeing that? I don't know. But I can go skip it for now and try some of these others. Let's see if this inspires me at all. So I can definitely go over here and retrieve this. How do I set a paradox with a clone? Like that. Okay, so the if I'm in the clone, which I guess makes sense, the clone is just a regular room. I just get the room in itself, and then I can enter paradox space like that. Wow. Wow, oh wow. Oh, now we just get empty room, eh? Ah, game, you want to be sneaky on me, do you? Yeah, wow. This is pretty cool, I gotta say. So, once again, we get the room inside itself. I can enter left paradox space easily enough. Bring the box. I can enter bottom paradox space to get out. Yeah, why am I... What? I find the other one so easy. Here we go. Yeah, that's one that actually, I didn't need to solve that last one anyways. That's kind of funny. Oh, wait, yeah, I did. I solved this challenge puzzle up here, so I was able to skip this. Alright, did that give me any new insights? The room's already in itself anyways. Yeah, I know it's simple. I was just hoping that solving another puzzle would, kind of unstick my brain. Seem to have done so, though. Oh, I'll figure it out. No need to worry, I'll get it eventually. Yay! I want to... Oh, now I finally get why the clone's there. It's just to rescue this. There we go. That's why the clone was there, to rescue that block. Right. There we go. Yeah, see, stepping away does help sometimes. Yeah. Yep, no hints for this stream. Maybe for user levels or something like that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's all I had to do. The clone was just used to rescue that. Easy. Easy doesn't necessarily mean you'll figure it out quickly, though, as I've found out. Oh, this little block. It's cool. Okay. I want to move this out of the top. Exit the paradox space. Now, how am I going to get it? I'll push it out this way. Now, do the right paradox space. As I'm watching it, I gotta say, the animations are pretty trippy. That's probably one of my favorite parts of the game. Seeing all the rooms go crazy. Even though you can just go to a teleport view, and it honestly probably makes the puzzle easier. Too bad, this way's cooler. Okay. Hello, green room. Why the green room? Whoa! As long as your viewers got motion sick from watching the game because of zooming in and out? Interesting. I wouldn't have expected that. Whee! That's cool looking. Yeah, and that's just a teleport back to there. So why the green? Okay, what can I trap? I think I get 2 blocks of any kind. I can push this out through here, but then I see there's no way to rescue this block. Unless maybe do this? Just use the clone to rescue it? Right, but I still don't have a way to go up. You have to go and not be sleep deprived? Eh, it's alright. By the end of stream anyway. You're from Europe? That's cool. Yeah, hopefully you can tune in for my Baba stream on Thursday. If you have any, I think you still have some more levels for me. Someone had levels for me, but I never got around to them, sadly, because I was... Yeah, I think I was stuck on something. I forget what it was. Or I was just too focused on trying to solve the other puzzles. Okay, so, yeah. And that exit point's not coming over here, so I guess I'm going to have to get my exit point back. So I probably just need to use the teleporter, this teleporter down here to rescue the exit point. Or maybe to rescue the infinity block. You can go there. Well, no, that's not right. Put the block up there instead. You used to live in Europe until a year and a half ago? Huh, interesting. What part of Europe did you live in? What country? Okay, use the green teleporter to rescue this block. Now, just push this up here and win. Ta-da! Okay, well this world's going pretty smoothly. It's not really too difficult once you get the hang of it. Ah, Belgium and the Netherlands. Hey, how about that? I've heard a lot of those places are really nice, but I've never been outside the US. Travel was expensive. My family didn't have a whole lot of money. And when I get my full-time job, and when I finish college and get my full-time job, I might be able to go travel the world. That'd be nice. Okay, so right now... Okay, so this paradox space is there. Whoops. Why is there an alarm? Oh, right. That was my streaming alarm, but that was when I was back in Pennsylvania. The time zones are different. Okay, so how do I set paradox space in this? Push the room itself. There we go. That'll do it. Now I need to do what exactly? Maybe I could move the infinity block. Let's reposition this. Ah, crap. I can't get out, can I? Oh, yeah, I can. There we go. Exit there. Exit through the paradox block. And probably bring this with me, too. Oh, goodness. Look at this. It's just endless nightmare. And I double infinity again. What? I think the game's starting to lag. This is not what I was supposed to do. But it looks cool. Alright, so what happened? I tried to bring this block out of here, but I can't because it just paradoxes with itself. So that's not a way to move the block. I'm tripping out. I mean, I guess because this is a teleport, I lost reference to this top room anyways. So no, don't push that in there. That was funny. There we go. I did it by accident. My PC does not like that. Yeah, I was starting to lag. I don't know what stream was doing. I mean, this is not a gaming PC, let's be honest. This is a laptop. Not exactly designed for this stuff. Okay, so maybe what I need to do is push the room to the left. Push the room to the left. Push the block down. There we go. Yeah, I did not like that nonsense of rendering tons of recursive stuff. Ah, these darn teleporters. This clone mechanic still gives me problems. Alright, so we just have a bunch of nonsense. Gotcha. Well, these, I guess I could put one infinity block in the other type of room. That should be fine, right? So maybe I'll try to put orange infinity and green. Put it up there, I guess. So put this in orange a while. Okay. Now I can... No, I need to do it the other way around. Now I can paradox this, right? If I do it right. Come on, paradox, please. It would be better if I didn't have this stuck to the wall. So I want to enter this with that. I'm forgetting how to do this now. Oh, right, I just need to go on myself, duh. Okay, so now where am I? My infinity edge is to this side. Uh-oh. Why would that green end up there? Huh, maybe I could save that. No, now I can't. Not like this. Go there, just go in myself. So that I return to this room. Yeah, I just need to go in myself. Exit this edge, go there. And probably be stuck. Yeah, get stuck. Where was that green room? What was at the top? I'm probably supposed to do with that one then. I'm gonna do this the other way around. So maybe this is my final step. Go through there. And then... I think what my plan of attack here is. So first, maybe I want to have green infinity here. Push this up. Push what up exactly? Maybe the orange room? Why am I even getting here? Man, what is going where? Green infinity here, maybe. Or perhaps actually... No, I don't think I want regular orange, because I need to be able to do the edge. So green infinity here. Let's just try it. So let's see what ends up with green infinity there for now. Heck, let's just put everything in here and go for it. I don't think I care about this outside room anymore. Whee! Alright. Now what? Whoa, that was a weird sound. Oh, you got a hop? Yeah, thanks for coming by, Shock. I hope you enjoy the rest of this. I certainly will. That was a weird sound. I don't even know what the cause of that was. I push this here. Paradox at the top. Okay, so maybe this is not what I wanted, but I wanted to push the clone up instead of the actual one. I love how it makes a weird sound. I wonder why it's doing that. And that's making that sound instead of the regular transfer sound. But there we go. Actually, honestly, yeah, I don't have an actual location for this one right now. That's my problem with this plan. Could I have done that ahead of time? Unless I want this to be here. This one's giving me trouble. There must be, I think it's just a certain order to it, and I just gotta figure that out, but it's gonna take a while. So what if I have this? I mean, I guess I can exit back to green if I want to. What I prefer to do is be able to get it out to the side, but I don't think it's gonna happen now. Yeah, nothing can exit this, that's why. So this is already screwed from the outset. Nothing can exit the clone. So I want to do what I'm doing, I'm going to have to do some shenanigan like that. Yeah, Parabox indeed. I got literal paradoxes involved. Okay. Now if I could just figure out how to actually... It's not what I want. Or is it? No, it's definitely not what I want. Yeah, and if I could find a way to actually just get in here. Of course, yeah, it just takes me there. So I would need to push this room into the clone room, which I can't do now. Can't do it that way either. As fun as it is going around in circles, I think I'm going to try a different one for now. Whoa, I am way zoomed out. Okay, we got a little teleporter. Yep, these clones, once again, giving me issues. Alright, what do you want from me? I wonder why this one... It feels like it's very zoomed out for some reason. I guess it's just a big room. It's just big. Chose a hard, different one to try? Oh boy. Well, sometimes, I mean, the puzzle... Hard and easy could sometimes just depend on what my brain's feeling at the time. Okay, we obviously need some kind of transfer. From where, though? What does this do? I guess I could transfer into there. There we go. I can create a paradox edge. Okay, what is going on? Why is it always just that one? What the heck? Okay. Oh, that's a thing where it zooms out more. It's not quite what I meant to do. The reason this is happening is because, yeah, this infinity edge is just one thing. Oh, yeah, I can exit. Okay. I was just getting thrown off by the visuals, so I can't transfer in, though. That's the problem, yeah. Interesting, yeah. That's not letting me through, but I guess looking at this visualization, I can see why I can go through there. Oh, I can transfer through. Yeah, it's just weird. The visuals are screwing with me. This block is just used. Yeah, I thought so. It looked a little weird. Uh-oh. The visuals are getting at me. So the problem here is that... I don't know why I couldn't exit from the top of there. Create a paradox edge. What is going on with the visuals at this point? I don't even know. This is getting very weird. Fortunately, I don't seem to be able to actually enter anywhere. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, the one of the smaller one. Fortunately, pushing the infinity block there doesn't seem to have worked. I mean, it would have worked anyways. It would have probably just taken me out the real version. Yeah, I mean, I can get there, but it's still the real version. How am I supposed to get back? What? I have to get back somehow? Maybe I don't move that in. If I don't move it in, there's just no way to transfer, right? That's what I'm baffled by, is I don't even see a way to get back. It's always going to take me out the real exit. I don't want to go to the real exit, though. If I don't leave something there... Unless I could take the... Yeah, the clone will take me back there. That's my only escape route right now. Is that clone that's taking me back to the first room. Okay, maybe that's fine. Maybe I just need to move... this somehow? Just trying random stuff at this point. Nope, I already lost it out. So as soon as I push it in there, I'm guessing it's just going to take me out. If I try to exit yellow, it's going to take me to the real green. How else do I set up a paradox if I can't do that? Yeah, hard, no kidding. I do not see it, but I mean, I can see how to get the block. I just don't see how to get back at the moment. Huh, yeah, it seemed literally impossible, so there's some trick to that I don't see. Oh, hi, wall. The little wall is just hanging out down there. Alright, so how am I supposed to get this wall? So this clone is probably for the same purpose as it always is, to rescue the block. Ah, I need to put the thing here. It's cycling. That's not what I want. Yeah, I wanted to transfer. What it's doing is just pushing instead. Ah, but I could do it in that little divot over there. No. Do the clone? And now set this up. And get into the wall. Ugh. So weird. Man, how long have I been going? Only 2 hours? Sure. Let's keep at it. This is very weird looking. What's with this party? What's with the party Patrick? He's got like Christmas lights on him. Okay. Oh, right. Me infinity, because I ended up in myself. end up pushing against myself. I couldn't get these blocks out, though. Huh. It just will not want to... Yeah, because it's cycling. It's not actually pushing it out. Okay, so maybe I just need to... This is just a case of using the centering thing to push the blocks out. Yeah, they really try to come up with everything, don't they? You've got all these paradoxes, and now you got me paradox. Patrick's paradox. Okay, so right now it's cycling because, yeah. I'm supposed to get this out of here. This green one was there to begin with. It wants to push. How am I ever going to stop that? It's stuck on the edge. And it's going to push down here, too. Let's see how the blocks... Oh, I could cycle with the blocks. There we go. Whew. I love how his eyes just go... Oh, he didn't that time. Why sometimes his eyes go... Yeah, his eyes went that time. I guess because it has possession in it. Yeah, sometimes his eyes go... sometimes he hops in. I don't know what the significance of that is. Probably nothing. Alright, well... I guess I can keep going. War Infinity, eh? Sometimes Patrick is in the level, something has a different box. What the heck did my OBS just tell me? Also, what? Look at what the heck is this? Oh, if it's a room, Patrick transfers consciousness to the room by possession. Oh, I see. If Patrick's in the level or not, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Whoa! Now we have the epsilon block. So how did I cause that? By just... Huh. Could I really not have done this earlier? I guess it's a clone thing. Why do I feel like I should have been able to do this earlier? Yeah. It was possible in early world. Yeah, that's what I thought. Huh. The epsilon. So I get 2 epsilons now. This is what our epsilon room looks like. And the epsilon room is in space. Gotcha. Can I just view 7? Yeah, I can actually go to 7 to see it. Does it actually exist? Yeah, it exists even before doing this. Interesting. So I can actually get a peek at the epsilon room by going to 7 mode. You go there. Yeah. As people don't know what that symbol means. That is, I think it is epsilon. It's E. Wonder why is it epsilon in this case? Like empty string? Huh. Just empty entrance, undefined entrance point. So this specifically happens when I have a clone pushed up against... Yeah, it is epsilon. So it specifically happens when I have a clone pushed up against a room that... And then I can myself enter... Oh, yeah. So it's infinity and then infinitesimal, because you got, like, infinitesimally small. Okay, so yeah, so it specifically happens when there's a clone block pushed up against the top of a regular block at a spot where I can actually enter. That's what causes it, I think. It's not going to work the other way around, I imagine. Or will it? Oh, it still does work that way. Okay, so it doesn't have to be clone, or it doesn't matter which ways. I guess that's a neat tutorial. So I just have to have 2 copies of the same room. 2 copies of the same room kind of stuck up against each other with. So it's kind of like the opposite, where infinity is me exiting a paradox edge. this is me basically entering a paradox edge, is what it seems like. It was one way to think of it. I'm like entering this paradox edge at the top. Man, I wonder how many of these edge cases just came up when designing the mechanics and it's like, wait a minute, what happens if this happens? And then you can make a whole level off of that. Yep. We're processing the walls. So this would give me an infinite enter. Now I gotta shoot these guys in. There we go. It's weird that... Yeah, so the infinity block doesn't really have an actual room. In this case, the epsilon is basically its own separate room, whereas the infinity block is just an exit. Whereas I guess the epsilon is maybe just an entrance. I guess that's why it's called infinite entrance and not infinite exit. So that should epsilon me. What's our epsilon room contain? This. Problem is, there doesn't seem to be any way to get out of here once that happens. Well, I could send a clone in, that'll do it. I could just loop into the epsilon. Yeah, it's made the same sound as that weird transfer I did earlier. Or mind the music stopped. Because I took a puzzle element and kicked it out of my puzzle? Maybe. It's not gonna work. Can I just... No. Exiting the epsilon is basically locks those boxes, so they don't want you cheating like that. Okay. Oh, okay, I need to use this to rescue. I don't want to keep forgetting that. Forgetting old mechanics, like the fact that you can push a block just by pushing it to the center and then entering. Yeah. It's another one of those in the void symbols. It's just, I guess we'll see if they put it elsewhere. I haven't seen if they put it elsewhere besides in space. Okay, and then this will, yeah, take me back out here. Perfect. Okay. That skips it. Yeah, there they go. Now they did put it in here. 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 I like the sound. Yep, they did put it in the level. Of course they would. Well, I mean, it wasn't. Yeah, it was in space in that case. That's the wrong side. So now it's kind of hard to... No, I guess not. So I was going to say it's kind of hard to get it positioned right, but no, it isn't really. Wait, yeah, it is. Am I just thinking of this wrong? If I do that, yeah, that's gonna... Oh, it does take me there, right, because I enter up and then exit down. Yeah. You cannot enter infinity. I guess, yeah, you can exit epsilon. Yeah, it is weird about infinity. Yeah, you can't go in. But, I mean, I guess what would that even do? I have no idea. I guess it's kind of the thing of where, yeah, you can have two rooms that go to the same place, but you can't exit into two different locations at once. So there is kind of a non-symmetry with it, basically. This whole enter versus exit thing. Because you're only allowed to have one U at a time. So I don't know if that's related, or it's just how it feels to me. Huh. I thought I was going to unlock the next level. Nope. Alright, little epsilon room. What do you want from me? You want me to... Yeah, what's the point of this? To rescue this, maybe? What is the point? Ah, to have a left wall, maybe, to enter? So not using any of those left walls. Curious. 1... 2, 3. But now I can't actually unify them. Was I supposed to use this edge, maybe? Well, I could chomp. I guess. It's one way to get 2 blocks. Wait, that's not actually going to take me anywhere. The next one would have to be the thing itself, so I screwed up somewhere. Doesn't matter which one I do. Yeah, what's the point of this room, I wonder? So what exactly am I trying to accomplish here? Maybe I need to chomp. Maybe I need to do an epsilon chomp. There's chances of that happening. Do an epsilon chomp up here, maybe. Oh, that's probably it. I guess that's why there's an extra block. Well, I probably shouldn't have reset, honestly. I think I was pretty close to a solution. Or maybe not, because... how am I going to get those in there in the first place? Yeah, back to the relaxing music. Except it's a different one this time. Yeah, so how am I going to do an epsilon chomp? The weird terminologies this game makes you come up with to describe what on earth is happening. I don't want to put it there either. I'm trying to get a free floating one, but I don't know how. If I have to push down. Okay, just use the extra block and then push everything in that way. That's how. Use the extra block as a buffer to push these in. Alright, epsilon chomp. Chomp. Yep, every puzzle game, it's like, we gotta negate the shapers, and we gotta stack Baba and text. Stack Baba and text, and then set up a green chest paradox, and I don't know what. Just thinking of random puzzle games and the word crap you come up with. Okay, little epsilon room down there. What do you want from me? 4 blocks. Uh-oh. Hey, I got infinity and epsilon in the same puzzle. So that was wrong. Try it the other way around. Baba's gibberish is the most gibberishy? Maybe. Okay, what am I supposed to do about this? I just end up looping. I can push out of the epsilon rooms. It's always going to exit there. It's like, how do I reposition this and still get in? Whoops, I accidentally tabbed out of the game. Gibberishy. Ah, get in there. It's like I can't see any way to enter besides that. Maybe I need to use the blocks? Somehow? That seemed kind of a stretch. Yeah, who knows? Should be simple. Yeah, I just end up trapping myself if I do that. So I clearly can't push any blocks in. Alright, so what's the action I'm missing? I can push this back out. What action am I missing? This just epsilons me. Yeah, I can enter. Big whoop. Maybe I did need it the other way around then. So that's certainly not seeming to work. Now, see, the problem with this is, as soon as I enter this, I'm infinitied. What do you want from me, game? This is so confusing. Yeah, infinity. And I don't think there's any fixing this. I don't know why I'm not seeing that one yet. Let's see if another puzzle inspires me. How about this one? That's a very fancy epsilon room. Wait, is that backwards? No. What am I saying? It's not a 3. Duh. Am I going crazy? Yeah, I'm just being dumb. It literally has always been an E all the time. It looked backwards to me. Maybe it's just because of how this room's shaped. Yeah, so I can't exit there. I can't exit there. So I'm going to move this. Can I chop it? No, because it'll just go in. Oh, but I wonder if there was stuff blocking it. What the point of that little divot is. Oh, right. Wow, that's weird. I set it up across a wall. Okay, so that's how to enter from the top. I think I want to enter from the right side, though. Okay. Rescue by pushing through. This is cool. Yeah, move that. Do epsilon my way through there. Oh, that's where the block is supposed to go. Okay, that was easy enough. Man, what could even be next? I don't know how much this game could possibly be hiding at this point. There's always so much you could do with these mechanics, right? Okay, let's get all the blocks rescued. Probably set this up so I can epsilon through. Yum. Easy. I mean, this is pretty much just to be like, okay, do you really know how to set that up? Baba's gibberish. Yeah. Yeah. Block is rock, is not stop. Then stack rock and text. Yeah, and do level is. Turn the level into a rock. Just all sorts of nonsense, huh? Okay, if I push this to the side, is there any rescuing it? Do not know. But I just need to epsilon from the left side, specifically. So I need this. That enters... Actually, yeah, maybe I need to enter from here. Epsilon from this side, right? What am I missing here? So why isn't this correct? Because it'll chomp it, probably? Ah, it'll chomp it. Not if I do that, though. It won't. It still chomped it. I should have set that up in not literally the worst way possible. Okay. So I guess stop at the chomp. This is a no chomp zone. No chomp, and no chomp. There we go. Easy, I got the hang of this. As I say after skipping one puzzle. Alright, Epsilon Room, what are you holding for me this time? A clone. Another clone? I already have 2. Why the extra clone? Why oh why? Well, either way, I need to get it out. Get the clone out. Okay, so I have to push it down. Not very easy to talk myself through these. Okay. Now, how do I set this up again? I have this positioned at the top. That's how. Right? And then enter. Epsilon through. Yeah, so it's another one of these where I just gotta set it up several different ways. Okay, rescue you. Do the same thing here. Okay, that's fine. No, it isn't. Ooh, why am I epsiloning? Uh-oh. Oh, because I just need to destroy this. Huh, that's sneaky. Destroy that, then go through here. And now epsilon upwards. Yeah, they really make you do this a lot, don't they? I wonder how this would be in a puzzle where you don't know that you're supposed to do this. That's what would make things really difficult. Is a puzzle where you don't even know that that's part of the solution. I guess that's what a lot of these user-made puzzles would do. Because here you kind of know what the trick's going to be. For a lot of these you really don't. I guess if you see an epsilon in the puzzle, it would kind of be a dead giveaway. Like, oh, obviously you're supposed to do this. Okay, I've got an epsilon through here. Probably don't want to push that up. It's just empty. There's nothing in it. Okay, I guess that's why we have this wall. Why the wall, though? Oh, maybe I need the epsilon up here to be able to exit. I guess that makes sense. I need to move the epsilon block. How's that gonna work? Kind of funny, I'm in like empty space right now. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's setting it up is not necessarily, it's not usually not trivial, it seems. Not quite. I just have the feeling I want the wall there for some reason. If I did, this would be an epsilon, right? Entering there? I think so. Enter here is an epsilon, right? Yeah, there we go. Wait a second, what happens? Epsilon infinity. Epsilon paradox. Oh, too bad there wasn't an achievement for that. Okay. Whoops. Alright, that's not the real copy. Uh-oh. Now what? I got up here, but I don't know what to do from here. What exactly happened? Did I push the epsilon into itself, I think? That's probably bad. The epsilon's just gone. Like, is it... Where even is it? Yeah, it's just... I like I lost all reference to it. Well, I guess I could just move that to not epsilon myself. You jerk. How am I gonna get in there? Yeah, it just... I pushed it in itself, I just lost all reference to it. I guess that's what happens with clones, too. But it's funny, you can do that with the epsilon. You just... the epsilon is permanently trapped in itself, and now you're done for. I mean, I guess you could still end up there, but then there's no escaping. Okay, so maybe what I need to do is... I think I just did this the wrong way with this. How do I get this block back? I want this thing back. Oh, move the wall. I don't need this wall anymore. Duh. Yeah, there we go. Just get the wall out of the way. I almost forgot I could actually move that thing. Let's get it real far away. Like down there? That should be far enough. Ah, so I can't get this back now. Alright. Let's do this the proper way this time. There we go. Perfect. Now we move this to where it belongs. And now we need to be able to re-epsilon. There we go. Whew. Wow, that was an interesting one. Not trivial. Okay, infinity and epsilon are both present. Okay, here's where things get confusing. have to get into the epsilon room. Can't just waltz in. I guess that makes sense. Rescue the... What? Oh, right. It's a real copy. And then I can not get this out anymore. Uh-oh. Can I push it in? Ah, I can push it in. I could always forget that. You can exit and enter. Okay, we rescued one block. I don't think the other two are going anywhere. So now we epsilon over here, obviously. Get this block out. Now we do what? The infinity. Oh yeah, that's fine. Just repeat the process I did earlier. Infinity and epsilon. Wow. Just wow, that's this whole game. Okay, that's probably bad. It's gonna infinity me. Yeah, it's not an epsilon, that's for sure. I mean, I could chomp that in. It's probably better. Then we have loads of blocks for whatever reason. All these I could chomp upwards. That seems to be the common denominator here. I'm just kind of winging it. Okay, so I ended up with a cycle. So this would have worked, I think, if I'd done this in a slightly different order. No, I still push it down. I can't even think about what I'm doing at the moment. If I went more down more instead of up? Let's try stuff. Yeah, so if I push that down now, I could eat these now. And now I can... There we go. That's the proper ordering. My brain's just going with the flow at this point. I'm not even going to try to a lot of the time to understand exactly what's going on. Just learn from the patterns. Don't think too hard about it, just do. Seems to be my philosophy right now. Yeah, I'm still going. I go until 6:30, I think, well, my time. I go for 3 hours. Yeah, I usually do 3 hours. I can't usually do much anything more past that. Yeah, I'm not going too much longer, though. My brain usually can't handle much anything beyond 3 hours. I was almost done. I was just wondering if I was almost done with the game. Well, maybe. Okay, so I can infinity now. I don't even remember what the infinity did. Nope, yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Here, I thought I was going to be done. Okay, and, whoops. What am I even trying to do? I need to epsilon at some point. I still haven't managed to pull that off. What am I even doing? I'm not even thinking right now. Yeah, see, the problem is where that's positioned. That's not exactly where I want it. But now I can't figure out how to move it. Nope, that's not where I wanted it either. Maybe I need to do this in a different order. Now the infinity was down there. That's nice. That's nice. You can undo a restart. What could I have done differently, though? It's like infinitying was feel like it was pretty much forced. Maybe I could have epsilon first. Oh, there we go. Right. That makes sense. I set up at a point where I could epsilon without having to move the block. Alright, game, what you got for me? A big room. That I need to transfer in? Wow, what is with these big rooms? We're complicating it. Yeah, I already know. Yeah. Overcomplicating it. Okay, denial calculate final solution. Yeah. I mean, so, yeah, as I said, like I'm at the point where I can barely understand what's going on, so I'm just trying to go with the flow. So, which may mean I may end up missing an obvious solution, but whatever, that's fine. I can't enter this. Okay, so now I'm going to epsilon somehow. Well, not like that, obviously. Yeah, we need two. It feels like the epsilon need 2 copies of a room. Oh, so I need to clone first. Seems like epsilon is a cloning only thing. But I could be wrong. Okay, so I need to go over here, probably transfer down. Get the clone out. Now I can epsilon. I need to do it which direction? I need to go up through it. Do, 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 do. Do, do. This wasn't so bad. Alright, no brain farts that time. And whoopsies. Spoke too soon. I need to get that infinity out now. Just go out like this. There we go. We could have done that earlier. Sure. Seeing all the mechanics come together is pretty satisfying, though. Whew, that looked like a hard one, but I guess it wasn't. Well, I've got about half an hour left. Do I try to go on? Do I try to solve... I do kind of want to try to solve some of these others I was stuck on. I don't want to leave all these puzzles behind. How many did I leave? I skipped a lot this time. I just wanted to move on and see what mechanics are left. Alright, brain is warmed up. Am I ready to tackle the hard puzzles? Let's hope so. Alright, the possessed nonsense. Go to the next world? Why? Why do you go to the next world? Would it be worth it? Alright, fine. I'll go to the next world then. I'll go this way. Oh! That's why, because it actually is. Seems to be in the game. How about that? And now we get the super infinity. Yeah, now we get the super infinity. Super infinity. Which is what happens if I... do what exactly? Yeah, we finally... I did not think they were actually going to try to make a mechanic out of this. So that's what happens if I try to push an infinity out through a paradox zone. Out through a paradox edge. We've finally done it. I've seen all the mechanics in the game, I guess. So weird. You would just pop out of it. Yeah, pop you out. Music's kind of getting creepy just because of how weird this is, I guess. 18 worlds later. Finally done. Yep. 18, eh? I guess I wasn't that far off. Yeah, well, I'm not done yet. I still got one more set of puzzles to get through. Yeah, the music is getting a little more intense, I guess, is how I describe it. More tense and ominous. It's like, I guess not intense is the word. Yeah, it's not intense, it's just tense. It's tense and ominous. Alright, we gotta set up a... Whoops, no, wrong direction. I need to set that up on the opposite side. Right, but I can't leave through. I can only, like, push things through the double infinity, right? No, that's not right. I just need to push... Oh, I need to push this through. Yeah, that makes sense, right. If I also set this at the same paradox edge as this one, it'll double infinity. Triple infinity. Triple infinity. You really just keeps going, doesn't it? Yeah, why stop at 2? Oh, yep, there it is. Hello, triple infinity. Alright, what's it? Why stop at all? And the infinite infinity is the infinite expanse of infinity. Alright, do I just kind of like... Yeah, just kind of Russian doll it. The number of worlds was infinite? Oh no, yeah. Sadly, that's not going to work that way, huh? Transfinite induction? Finitism. Alright, so this is a bit of an issue. What's with the green room? I guess it extends my bottom edge. I guess that's all the point is, probably, just to extend my bottom edge. If I can actually get in, that is. No, I'm just gonna have cycling. Well, that's fine. Maybe I could just like... What am I doing? I want to use this edge. It's like I have to. Transfinite ordinals, eh? I feel like we had, yeah, I can't remember if we had a discussion about this at some point. I can't remember. Okay, so maybe I just need this. Oh, because that's still, I don't have use of the edge right now. I might need to let go of this plan. Sounds like I get way too fixated on one plan. So I need this to be at an exit. I need blue to be at a blue exit. I could put one of the other blues at a blue exit, I guess. No, that's not how it works. It has to be the blue, I'm pretty sure. This blue. Or a blue inside a room, I guess. Yep. And an exit at that point, sure. I guess this is a challenge puzzle. So I really shouldn't be too surprised that I'm struggling a little bit. Yeah. You stupid green room. Mind is bent. Let's try a different one. Ooh, what's with the zigzag? Oh my goodness. What is with all these rooms? Yeah. Challenge puzzle too challenging? Well, I got stuck on one already. Oh, I see. That's like infinitely rendering the same room. I guess that's what's going on. Okay, so up. And there's a clone. Oh boy. Well, this is probably going to be an exit only. Do I need to make another one? I can't really make another infinity without going into space, though. Seems to be how things work around here. Oh, that's just single. Whoops. So I need to chain it. Then I need to rescue these with the clone. Switch edges. Oh, what? How did I get that blue one pushed up there? I thought I was pushing the double infinity. I pushed the wrong room. I just pushed the wrong room up. That was supposed to be the one I was supposed to push. Okay, set up the edge. I can rescue that, right? Uh-oh. I can't enter that way? I guess that's technically the center? You need to put it at the corner then. Yeah, but I can't get out. That's not the real one. But that I can do, right. I can just push it out. Now we warp over to it. So okay, so I don't want the clump there. I just want to push this out of the infinity. And I want to warp through. Oh, I didn't even need to warp through it. I just need to exit here. Or not. Oh, right. The exit's over there. Push this out. Oh boy. Just keep stacking and stacking it, huh? I was wondering what the deal with the... Oh, great. Oh, great. I never did this yet. Yeah, what in the heck? What? Okay, that's one epsilon layer. Okay, so the number of epsilons is just how many clones I go through. Kind of like that, I guess. I went through one epsilon, but I epsiloned in the epsilon, so I... dog, I heard you like epsilon, so I epsilon your epsilon. Wow. Yeah, so I epsiloned in an epsilon. Epsiloning an epsilon. But no, I've epsiloned an epsilon before. What am I even saying? Instant. I mean, I guess if I epsilon not at the edge. Seems to be here you have to like do it all at once. So how do I get back in there? Push this through the epsilon portal. Yep, the gibberish continues. Whoops. Get it in the wrong order. Put the block in first, so this one's at the top. And we enter triple epsilon state. Okay, the single, double, this block. No, don't activate that yet. I need to get the block out. W, get the block out. Now I can triple if I want. What am I going to do about this? Probably push this block here. Now triple it. I think I just win, right? No, because I don't have a way back in. If I disable that, I think I go back to... No! I don't. Okay, so I did this in the wrong order. Before I do the block, I need to... I have to do it in a specific order. So I do need to triple it now, I think. Triple now. Go in. Now I need to disable both of these so I can get back to single. Disable you. Or maybe just disable this one, I guess is all I really need to do, maybe. You go in. Single back in. And win. I guess you could just arbitrarily do these. It's funny that it actually just works this way. What am I even looking at with this? Several clones of this. Everything's gone crazy. Hello? I don't even know anymore. Like I said, brain is exploding. What? Okay, so there's something I have to do like a specific. What is the deal here? I'm trying to get, I think, two quintuple epsilon so I can use a top edge. Right? Yeah, honestly, if the puzzles were insanely hard, then you'd really be screwed. Everything ends up in epsilon. That's not what I want. Okay, I'm at single epsilon now. Fill that up. Fill up double epsilon, right? Now, why can't I fill this up anymore? Probably because I'm out of space on in myself. Okay. So I just need to visualize this. I'm at single epsilon now. Eat 2 blocks to fill single epsilon up. But how am I going to fill double epsilon now with this being in the way? Yeah. The internet is tubes, it really is. It's fine, I can go in there. The internet is not a big truck. Yep, I clogged it up. Okay, so I guess I don't want to fill it up with blocks. I want to fill it up 1 block. And then put another thing in front. Put another thing in front of that so we can get the double. Chew those up, put that in so I can get the triple. Put one in so I can get the quadruple. They really make sure you know this. Okay. And now I can get to this. Yep, it was indeed the answer. Wow. Oh, what the heck? They just go. They just go. Why the gold? Why the gold rooms? Can't even tell what those are. Okay, 7 mode. What am I looking at? Oh, an insane number of epsilons and insane number of infinities. Right. I mean, you can't even count these. These on my screen, it's barely even countable. I just see where this goes. There, I guess. They really push the game to its limits with these mechanics. Fill up our epsilon chain. Yep, it is uncountable infinity, at least to my eyes. I'm just having fun with it. Well, I could win right now. I've got a little bit of time to try to solve a few more puzzles for winning the game. Still have quite a few skipped. I don't think I skipped any before this, though. I assume that's winning the game. Here, you can listen to some creepy music. So, what was the infamous puzzle that people were talking about? Oh, right, the coffee cup one. I was like, what infamous puzzle? I need to wall this in. I remember if there was, I feel like someone was like hyping up some puzzle. I can't remember as being really hard. I honestly can't remember though. Oh, it wasn't the coffee cup? It was some other cup? Okay. I always get to hear and then don't know what to do. I could also have done it vertically, interesting enough. Oh! Okay, so all I did wrong was I just needed to do it horizontally instead of vertically. Instead of solving the puzzle by accident, basically. This one here. Yeah, but it was the cup. The cup of undescribed liquid. Okay. What am I am carrying I'm carrying a purple block. Determinate liquid, yeah. Determinate contents. So this purple I can possess. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to beat all the puzzles tonight, but hey, I might as well try at least more. I'm sure there's going to be one I'm stuck on, considering I was stuck on literally every single one of these. That's not a good sign for me beating all of them. I mean, I could try. Yeah, I could try to finish all the puzzles tonight, but I think my roommate's going to come home at some point. Definitely won't finish all the puzzles. I guess there's more after this then. Well, I guess then I shouldn't just worry so much about just going and beating the game after getting through these. Alright, so what is my plan? To spit a block out this way. I consume that. I don't have the ability to consume because I'm not a block that can consume anything. And I can't get this block at all without entering. And if I do this, I just get stuck. I just end up consuming the inner block. I want to consume the green. Like, I want to consume the green. Yeah, it's not going to delete your save, I imagine. Yeah, I imagine if it did, people would be ticked off. Still, like, I don't want to have one stream where I basically spend 30 minutes beating the rest of the puzzles and then that's it. Do it in a different order. We have consumed. I could consume the top block. Now I just need to get out. Yeah, this is what kept happening. I don't have a way out right now. I think how it happens if I have an inner block, if I have a block here and then another block. I can't remember if I enter and then eat, or if I just eat, like, or chomp it. I assume I just will enter and chomp. Which of course means I need a way out. I ideally want to consume something, like if I was consuming a blue right now. Man, this one block thing is hard for me to visualize right now. I think that's the problem I'm having, is I can't really visualize what's going on with this one block thing. So it's the eating and spitting thing that I've already seen from those previous chapters. Yeah, this mechanic gives me trouble. If I eat but I can't spit, what happens again? I just can't do it at all. I can't, because there's nowhere to put the other block behind me. I just can't move. Maybe I don't get out of here. That's a possibility. I just don't exit. Of course, to do that, I need to be able to eat up still. Yeah, so it really is almost as if I want to eat that first, but that's the problem. I can't do it in the wrong order. Or I guess the issue is here is that I just end up spitting out the green. I want to keep the green is what I really want to do. Because of doing it this way, I think why I'm spitting that green out right now. So I'm pushing, the green is getting shoved over by the blue that I'm eating. So if I was possessing a blue right now, then I spit it over there, reconsume the green. I said reconsume the green, and eat. There we go. Okay, good. As soon as I thought about what I was doing, then everything fell into place. Beautiful. Wow, I had quite a few here that I didn't do, huh? Thanks, Shock. Alright, let's see if I can make sense of this now. Okay, yeah, I can possess like that. I wonder if that's significant at all, actually. So the problem I keep coming is... Yeah, 4 more to go. I've got like a few... I've got quite a few skip puzzles this time. Ah, that's nice music. There's just a random wall up here. Is that significant at all, I wonder? It's just a random wall at the top of the screen. Oh, I was never using this wall. Right, that completely... I don't know how I completely missed that detail. I guess that obviates the need to have the green... But I do need to have like, something here, right? Ah, no, I still see the green there, don't I? Because a block has to be there. But that's interesting. I did not use this detail up here whatsoever. So I can... Ah, so I can push it in maybe ahead of time. Okay. I still can't enter, though. Do, 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 do. I want to enter you. I want to enter this. The only way it's going to happen is if I can't push it. That's really what it seems like to me. The only way I can't push it, as far as I can tell, is for this to be standing at this point. Can you see it? I sure don't. Well, if I don't see it today, I'll see it next time. And we can have fun. Only you solved the puzzle. Wait a second. Okay, so I don't think I was supposed to push him in. Not yet, at least. Do, 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 do. It's like, really, I want to be standing here. I just don't see how that's possible. That's the problem I'm having. It just does not seem possible to repossess this guy. From the left or from the right. Either one seems just straight... Unless I move this, maybe? See it too? I wonder if that's why this detail is here. Oh, look, I put the... Okay, so there we go. That was the point of the wall. I have put Mr. Wall back where he belongs. Wow. Sneaky, sneaky. Did you get it? Thanks. Two stuck puzzles solved. Alright, so the logic was good. This logic was sound, it was just doing it in the wrong order once again. Put the guy on the wall first, then put the block into place. A lot of these I just need to rethink about the order I'm doing things in. So one block goes here, and one goes here. Now that I've had experience with infinity, I don't think it'll bother me as much. So a lot of this is going to come down to just being able to repossess at the appropriate location. So I need to be able to stand here and repossess. Stand here, perhaps. Or here. No, it has to be a down, so it has to be here. I'd be able to stand here and repossess. So I'm a little bit short of being able to do that right now. Perhaps if I use myself as a wall, I just end up cycling. So right now I'm cycling. Yeah, a lot of this is just going to be getting the wall at the correct spot. Right really does seem the most promising direction to try to repossess in. Ah, repossess from this side. Putting the exit here, maybe? There we go. Oof. And I'm missing one block. Right, this one. Do, 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 do. Let me give me another one. It's similar. Okay, so I think I'm getting the logic finally. So it's a downward one, so I must have a wall here, here. In order to have a wall here, Which direction do I repossess from? The exit here, maybe. Yeah, it's... The logic is it's a little bit counterintuitive, I think, in some ways. See, this is any trouble now? Yeah, maybe it just took the right logic. Okay, I have to... So this isn't working because it's going to enter. I have a wall there, but it chomps. Okay, what other ways can I repossess? Vertically, maybe? Sideways, perhaps? Sideways. That sounds right. Yeah, repossess sideways. Do. Yeah, you have the block placing muscle. You've gotten it now. Okay, I've gotten the logic. Well, the logic saved me here. I could probably cheat by going into other views, but let's do it the intended way, which is from this point of view. So, based on what I'm seeing, what am I supposed to do? Equals means I need to stand there. So, either 2 or 3 needs to stand there. Needs to walk into the room and stand there. In order to be able to walk into 3... Because I don't want to chomp 3, so I have to be careful with that. I gotta stop myself from chomping 3. If I'm controlling 2. Oh, it won't chop, okay. Yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to do it the intended way. I don't want to cheese it just by, oh, I'll just exit. Well, that's not the point of the puzzle, huh? The point of the puzzle is trying to do it this way. Yep, so I don't know. Hey, ASCII mode, huh? This is cute, though. Okay, so what do I need to do? Yeah, I think I'll hopefully see it soon, now that I've gotten practice with this. So I'm still under the impression that I'm going to take 2 and walk into 3. So let's see if there's any reason why that doesn't work the way I'm thinking it will. Okay, so 2 can't easily just walk right into 3. So I just need I just need the wall to be positioned in this spot here, maybe? Okay, so I need to use 3 as a buffer. As a buffer to move the wall, I guess. Okay, right, it's chomping it, that's why. That's what keeps happening. But maybe I can do this the other way around. Control 3 instead. Use 2 as a buffer zone, maybe? Okay, there we go. The wall's at the proper spot. Now I repossess 2, walk into 3 and win. There we go. How about that? I guess that wall area wasn't so hard once I got the logic down. So what does that leave? Where does that leave me at? It leaves me with sex double G. Yep. It leaves me with, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 that I can see at least. Well, I'll give it the go college try. No, not that one. I still don't know what the heck to do with that one. I'm going to think about this one first. 4 puzzles. It'll go a bit longer. See if I can at least solve these 4. I don't know if, unfortunately, I've gotten any more logic that's going to help with this. I think I just need to figure out the execution. Alright, what ordering do I want to do? So I can have a real room here, a room exit here. From there, I can push out an infinity. I can then use that infinity to exit to the right. Perhaps so the real room is... No. Because I'm out of real rooms then. Am I? No, yeah, I can What happens if I do that? Yeah, I push orange out through the orange infinity. That puts, say, orange here. Then I could suppose green infinity up here. But then I need to be able to exit the last infinity. So I'm thinking room infinity, room infinity. Then how do I get to the last infinity? Maybe that's the wrong order. Maybe it's orange. And then green. Green and green? Maybe it's orange, orange, green, green. Figure what happens if you put the green infinity in the green. Well, it doesn't seem I've really done anything too unexpected. Okay, orange infinity in the orange. Orange, orange. You'll need to go in here, I guess. This isn't gonna work the way I thought. Ah, doggone infinity, it's screwing me, it's screwing my head again. What do I need to do? I need to push that in that. Okay, maybe the clones go there then. Then I can't push anything out of them. What am I doing? Why oh why can I not figure out how to chain this? It's like this needs to go... I need to be able to enter this. So it almost seems like the clones would have to go in these spots. Right? Like pushing this way. It's the only way to trigger an infinity. And at this point, which infinity do I want to go above? Probably this one? But of course, it's not in place already. I could have easily positioned it ahead of time. No, I can't. Not like this. I can only move the green like that. I love that sound. Yep, because that's just going to double it. Yep. Hey, what am I doing? Do not know. Run away! Run away to this puzzle. Not that this is going to be any easier. Didn't someone say this was hard? Someone said this one was hard, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the zoom level is all weird for this one. Yeah, so what? How am I supposed to get back there? This one wasn't that bad? Ugh. I'm really wary to take this in here. Because it seems like I can't get back. Maybe I need to move the infinity to the other side? That would give me a way back, I guess. Compared to the other infinity puzzles, yeah, maybe. I guess this is one way to get back, is to actually move the infinity over here, use this as my exit portal. And I'll bring this through. Now I can re-exit the infinity whenever I want. But of course, I still have the issue that I need to... Okay, so maybe it was the ordering that I just need to change. Okay, so I can do this. Right? But no, I can't do it too early. It almost seems like I have to bring something here or else I lose all access to this room. Can I just transfer over? Yeah, I can just transfer over. So I was doing it with the infinity, which is overly complicated. I didn't need to do it in the infinity at all. Now we use the infinity as a re-exit point. Uh-oh. Something has to go there, though. Something has to go to that one suspicious spot. this conspicuous spot right here. For infinity. I try to send that through. Well, I'm definitely not getting back here now. Right? I'm just gonna end up perpetually stuck in this room. Yeah, it's a little hard. Could I push this out, maybe? No, but yeah, I still, without this infinity positioned here, I still don't have any way to get over. I want to get that infinity edge. Well, having that position there, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Yep, my brain may have gotten its limits. How many, do you think there's how many puzzles? Is that the last 4 or are there more after this? Is that really the end? So I wonder if I should just keep going or if I should try to do it next time. Yeah. Yeah, Infinity Blade. Yeah, Fishies is here too. Beat the game to find out. Okay, so I take that as a no, probably. Would there be any reason to put the infinity over there, maybe? Instead of the block? Doesn't really seem like it. It kind of feels like this has to be here. Yeah, you were right. You were lurking because of your redstone shenanigans, huh? I wish I could move this one here, but I can't. I feel like there was nothing else, because the other way definitely wasn't getting me anywhere. This way just seemed like the only option. Something has to stay over there, right? Either the infinity block or this brown thing. One of them has to stay over on the left. That's what I do, as far as I can tell. So there's that one spot there. I don't know what that's for. Don't see any way around that requirement. Something has to stay there. And if I'm doing it this way... Okay, yeah, this is fine. I just needed to... Okay. Right? No, that's not fine. I was gonna say, go, good, I got that there, but I still don't have a way back to the infinity. Can I swap them somehow now? Now that I have the block positioned... I wonder if I could perform some kind of exchange here. Okay. Now if I want to, I can move the infinity block back. Bingo. You swap them afterwards. Wow. Okay. 3 left. GG. Thanks for the GG. 3 left. Going for the long haul today. I have to make more progress than I thought I would on these. Okay, so this up here is obviously a way for me to get back to green infinity. In fact, I have to once I enter there. I have to get back to green infinity, right? Well, maybe I could shove swap it. This now becomes a portal to green infinity if I set this up like this. Yeah. I think there's anything else I can do with that. Can I push this out? I can. I can unestablish that portal at any time. So because of portal, I can kind of establish and unestablish at will. So it begs the question of what I'm going to do with it. At some point I have to... Oh, I guess I have 4 blocks, so one of these blocks can stay behind. One of these could potentially stay like this one, for example. Probably going to lose access to one as I do something. So we have a portal at Green Infinity. Green Infinity can warp something up. I could then nest 2 oranges to get a portal to Brown Infinity. But what to do from there, I'm not sure. Either way, I guess I should set that up. So I have a portal to Brown Infinity right here, which I can choose to unestablish at any time. Okay, so now what? I have the 2 portals. What do I want to do with them? Put one here. Warp to it while pushing the exit up, perhaps? The Baba Dev is live? Oh, what's the Baba Dev do? Does he play puzzle games, or he or she? I assume it's he. Do they play puzzle games or something? Okay, so that did work. It just traps me, so I need to... See, I wish I could move that... Wait a second, can I? I didn't even think about that. Can I actually rescue that green portal? Maybe. Yeah, what does the Baba Dev do right now? Like programming or games? He's playing a game. And he does some dev stuff now and then. That's cool. Ludum Dare. Oh, okay. This one up here I really don't know about. I don't know what to do with this green trapped in the top. That's what's really screwing me right now. I had my portal to green. Big whoop. Maybe that's what I do first, then. Portal to green. Put everything else inside green, maybe. Yeah, let's try that. It's just probably shoving everything inside green. Maybe that's the best bet. Everything go inside green, please. I guess that's why it gave me so much space here. Alright, so now what are my options? Take real green and push it up. Okay, I've moved up 1 space. Push this out. Set up a portal to Brown Infinity. Push this out. I moved up 1 space, and I finally did it. Yes! Alright, gotta go shock. Alright, cool. I'll see you around. Alright. Getting ever closer. Ever closer to victory. Alright. This epsilon nonsense. We've got to get some blocks. And we don't want to do that, obviously. Entering here screws me. Can actualize to more G's. Gotcha. GG indeed. Pushing is not an option. Pushing down will not happen. Pushing down, block down doesn't really seem to accomplish much. Okay, so that was trying... Now let's try arranging it this way. Is there any other way I could... Any other spot I could push that? Because... The only spot... The way the... No? I can push this in other ways. Right, I can push this in other ways. That must be what I was not doing. I can push it out in other ways before going down here. But I don't have a way to actually get in. That's fine. Okay, ordering. Ordering is important. Start here. And then be unable to rescue the block. Great. No. No. Yeah, if I could actually enter and move it over 1 space. Sigh, this is the wrong way around. Okay, get that up. There we go. When did I... Has that always been trapped there? No. Okay, well, let me actually figure out where the next direction needs to be. I went down. I do need to go this way at some point. How am I going to do that and then go to the right as well? That's what I'm really not seeing. I need 3 of these, right? So I just need to pick the 3 I can actually do. All in one go. No, not that way around. Okay. Light into dark. Light into dark. Gotta remember that. I can do that direction easily enough. Encoding overloaded. Oh boy. This is what happens when you have to try to do... This is what happens when you have to try to do stuff on the other machine. Oh, hopefully the video doesn't get too screwed. Okay, so I can... Light in the dark. I can't get these two swapped now. How did I manage this situation? Right, because I pushed it out. I should have pushed it up instead. That would have been better, yeah. Okay, I can get this direction now. But now I need one final direction. Light into dark. It doesn't quite get up there. If only I could rescue this. I think I had a chance and I blew it. Like this. Right, it does. Light in the dark doesn't matter now because... Right? Wait, where's my exit? Is it back in the initial room? Could also just push it the other way when I want to push it up? Maybe. Okay, move this. Now go in. Now move this. There we go. Order of operations. And we return, and we have won. Another world done. Alright. Multi-infinite, bring it on. Bring it on, last puzzle. Last one. Last one if I could see. This is it. The last world. The last puzzle. It's not really the last puzzle, probably. There's probably more after this. But hey, the last puzzle of whatever this part of the game is. Alright, so, problem. Yeah, I'm almost very sure that in order to get the triple infinity, I must have all of these against the blue exit edge. All 3 must be against the blue exit edge. And the only way that's going to happen is if I have the green room down there. Still pretty sure about that logic. Now perhaps what I haven't thought of is a creative way to get the green room down there. So the problem right now is that happens. The reason now is I cannot enter the room. Ah, but I can like that because the blue exit is trapped. Right. I just close off the blue exit. And now... That doesn't quite get what I need, I don't think, but... It's close because I still need blue itself. I still need to get blue itself in there somehow. But that's progress. I've gotten closer. Yeah, I still need that against the blue exit edge. Okay, how am I going to get blue in? So if I try to push it down here, there's always going to be an opening. That goes that. Can I go up somehow? Man, how on earth am I going to get that blue in there? Just stop it from moving. Even if I have these blocks as a buffer, it's still going to just cycle them, right? It's gonna find to see him go room right in my face. Yep, that sets up a cycle. The all too familiar experience of creating a cycle. Yep. There it is, the beautiful cycle. If I could find a better way to close this off, that'd be great. Oh, that's interesting. I chomp it, perhaps? What exactly happened? I just... okay, so I just shoved it in. And now I want to exit, but... still am having a green at the wrong spot. They're in now. I can close off the green edge down here, the blue edge down there. Whoa, hello. What just happened? I got green infinity? I got green infinity. Not what I meant to do. Come on. So close. Just need to... yeah, that's the problem. It's the positioning of this. Sure, it's easy with the block position there. Right now, I'm trying to push green out through... oh, that's why, because the blue is at the bottom. That's why that's happening, because the blue is at the bottom. Which is technically putting against its own edge. And then we cycle through it. Yeah, not particularly good. Because I wanted this to be against a wall, but that's not what happened ultimately. What happens if I do this? It's just gonna cycle those. Darn cycles. I like when you rewind that. Yeah, squeeze. I need all these to be against the blue edge. Woo, I can go out. Not helping me. No, I can't go out. But I'm gonna end up at that edge again. Man, maybe this isn't the way to do it then. Huh. Oh, I know why that's happening, because the... ah! But that'll move that in, but it still doesn't put the green at the proper spot. Think I did it? The green went into the triple infinity. I did not even notice. The green went into the triple infinity. When would that have happened? I mean, nothing's happening now. I did not see what you're talking about. Green went to the triple infinity? When? Let's undo and see what the heck you're talking about. Oh yeah, the green did go into the triple infinity. Oh, so the key wasn't to... okay, so that's what I was trying to do. So they are all against the bottom edge. It's just what you're supposed to do, I guess, is... yeah, that's so weird. So you're not supposed to exit green. You're not supposed to exit green at all like this. You're not supposed to exit green from this location. You're supposed to... Yeah, I mean, I just had the wrong strategy. I just didn't think about that strategy. What I'm supposed to do is actually just move the green into the other side where I was trying to exit the green. Yeah, so the idea wasn't to exit the green from here. It was to exit the green from there. Or technically I'm exiting the blue and then exiting the green. And there we go. That's funny. I had the puzzle solved for a while. I didn't realize it. Is that everything? Let's just take a good old table check. So there they all are. No squares, no squares, no squares, no squares. I'm not seeing any missed levels. Yeah, I'm not seeing any missed levels. Alright, Patrick. You earned it. There we go, I got my music back. Headphones decided to cut out right at the cool part. Sound is off. Shouldn't be now. There we go, I finally got the bottom of the rabbit hole. Can you hear me? Hopefully my mic is at least working. It's not anymore. Yeah, it cut out for a bit because of my stupid headphones. GG, yeah, thanks. I finally did it, huh? Yeah, what a cool game, man. They really, yeah. I like how it literally said bottom of the rabbit hole. Yep, we finally did it. I finally found the bottom of the rabbit hole. The paraboxes have been boxed. Yeah, paradoxes don't scare me, or paraboxes. Yep, Patrick, huh? Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any... Yeah, there were definitely a few hard puzzles in there. I don't know if there's any I was particularly stuck on, but... Well, I could actually think of a few. Yeah, I'm glad I finally did it. Pretty hard game, but I guess it's, yeah, definitely not the hardest I've played. I wouldn't say that was an easy game. I'd say it was about right. A good challenge. Yeah, The Witness, I guess, was an inspiration. And recursed, of course. Well, yeah, naturally. Recursion and all that. Who knew there was so much to do with just making your rooms into boxes. Just making your rooms into boxes, and so much can be done with that. Yeah, good job, developers. Or developer, I don't know how many people worked on this game. I wasn't really paying attention to the credits. Ta-da! And sure enough, that was it. Definitely no more puzzles to be seen here, huh? Definitely no more puzzles anywhere, right? Go back to World 1. Here, I just want to take a look at all this. Okay, we got gallery, appendix, and... well, I'm back to World 1. Right, it's World 1, right? What did you want me to do at World 1? Huh? Whee! Okay, this is just a little thing. It's like it's a clone? Yeah, I didn't seem like it. That's actually World 1, yep. I mean, what did you want me to do in World 1? You just want me to look at that. This is just a little game to relax to, huh? And the world maps are crystal the whole time, yep. Wait, so let me see. Could I have just exited and gone out there? Probably not. Was that there the whole time? I don't think it was it? Surely someone would have gone through there if that was there the whole time. Yeah, what happens if you what happens if you just go through the exit at the beginning of your save file? Okay, you can't exit there until the ending. Yeah, I figured as much. It was not there? Yeah, I figured if it was, I would have noticed. It is there now. Yay! Okay, so I have some more paraboxing I can do. Neat. But I guess that's it for today. I was in a long haul, but I finally did it. Yeah, thanks everyone for sticking by. Thanks Shrugs, Carl, Stalefishy, Shock, Forrest, and whoever else. A bunch of people stopped by, said to say hi. I'll be back on Thursday with Baba. So that'll be exciting. Alright, hey, good night everyone. And hopefully I can get my sound and or technical issues worked out. I guess we'll see. Bye.